ad for Ace and Hair Tonic at the time too.
Give me just a second.
Stop pretzel. I think you did.
Yeah.
Although I was enjoying it.
Were you?
I've been listening to Pretzel lately. It's got some good music on it. For when I'm DM prepping and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I also pick the songs that go in a playlist. I'm like, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I got to do that still. Why don't you just send me your playlist and I don't have to do it? You probably have a lot
I don't
of
think you
Western
can
stuff.
do that. No, I don't know there is any Western stuff in there.
It's not like YouTube or iTunes. You can't share playlists.
Albert's mustache.
Buy Eason brand hair tonic today. So where are we at? Southern California?
So he's advertising. Yeah, you're in Southern California, as a matter of fact.
Year of our father, 1871. What?
1879.
1979.
It is. Matter of fact, I think you guys made it to the first night on the trail, so it is Monday, July 7th. And we'll say you get to riding about 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, what time are you riding? Earlier than that?
Crack of dawn, and apparently Brett's tired.
Don't leave that up to Timmons.
So you're riding.
It'd be like noon.
You're riding.
Okay, he's an Irish.
Riding on the crack of dawn. What'd she think about that? What'd Dawn say?
Oh, she loved it.
We were at in the middle of the night, weren't we? We were just doing the night shifts.
I can't remember. Where were we?
Because I remember the last thing I did was a thing at night during my shift that involves stealth.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Doc Holliday kills for the first time after a man shoots up Holliday's New Mexico saloon. That's coming up. Can we go? I want to go. It's July 19th. Yeah. Where's the
Doc?
We got to go to New Mexico.
Hex slinging?
What's that?
I just wondering if the actual Deadlands NPC has hex slinging skill.
Probably. I don't know. Maybe.
Because it mentions him in the background information for it. I was wondering if that could have it set up that way.
Doc Holliday, he is a hex slinger in Deadlands. Pretty sure.
I mean, I know he like lore-wise, but I was wondering if the NPC was actually set up to use that. Because I know there's tons of NPCs of famous people.
Let's see, Doc Holliday traits, edges, magic, arcane background, magic. Holy shit, he's got a lot of stuff. Doc Holliday fucking kill you. Just keep that in mind.
See, that's why we need to get above
Irish.
20.
What does an Irish leprechaun pirate sound like? I'm after ye gold.
I'll find the end of your rainbow, I will.
There's booty at the end of the rainbow.
All right.
So we get horses and.
Yeah, you've been on the road.
Whatever.
You've been on the road.
Oh, we have been? Okay, good.
Yeah,
you guys. We get to the.
Oh, I see the token up here. So we're heading this way, north? Yeah, we kind of stay away from the edge of the maze. That's probably a good idea. Stuff happens in the maze.
Yep. All right, 6 a.m. You guys get on the road. Yeah, but this place is right on the edge of the maze. It's like right up here someplace.
Yeah, well, we don't have to travel all the way up the edge of the maze to
so
get there.
what do you know about Collegium Station? Let's see. What could Lacey tell you?
It was where
it's about a little over
Ghost Rock used to come ballooning in.
A little over a year ago. Now the miners out here in the maze would bring it by boat to a big, basically containment chamber in the ground that had this big elevator lift on it. And yeah, we'll get that in just a second. And they had these airships could come in and dock on this thing and then load up with Ghost Rock and then take it back to points east. And this was over a year ago that kind of fell silent. Nobody's heard anything about it. So, as Doc Fong mentioned, we are going, and Albert should be here later. So, J. Rob's not going to be with us tonight. Everybody else is here. HG, you're here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
How come you're not on cam?
Family's sick behind me and shot on the thing.
Gotcha. That's cool.
He's got
She's
couch
having a
squatters.
fever, so she's in and out of her pajamas. And
Couch
That's fair.
squatter.
I was just curious, that's all.
You're a curious little feller, aren't you?
What the hell happened to my Twitch chat? Let's see.
Twitch chat?
Yeah.
Here, tap. Is this chat on? Did you see that?
No, it's not working. It hasn't been picking up anything.
It's going through.
There we go.
There it
See,
goes.
I wanted to pick up Twitch chat because people come back if you wanted to watch this on YouTube later. You're like, well, what are they talking about? So I wanted to pop the Twitch chat in it, but how come? What the hell is going on here?
That's why I try to remember that. And a lot of people listen to the stream; they don't actually watch it. So I also try to, like, if somebody's asked something in chat, I try to remember that I need to say the question so everyone understands it. But that's not as easy as it sounds.
Right.
Oh, my jaw is sore today than it was yesterday.
What have you been doing?
I've been having a dentist with a big ass drill bit drilling up into my jawbone.
Oh, okay.
Dr. King Schultz.
Yeah, apparently J-Rob has had some dental work done as well.
Yeah, it sounds like he has more than just one tooth work done.
Well, that's
if you
why
go
I
back
just
2 days in a row, either you're getting them all pulled or he had like 2 or 3 done.
Yeah.
Or complications with like a root canal or something.
Shortly after sunrise, and you guys get all mounted up, you take off riding. Pretty soon you come to, looks like a big encampment up ahead, and you can hear the telltale sound of hammers ringing on steel spikes. Ting, ting, ting,
Walking on the
ting.
train gang. Is that so over here? Sounds like people working on the train tracks.
Ooh.
Have we seen any train tracks since we left Perdition this way?
Nope.
No.
Is this the one that they wanted the mayor to approve? I wonder.
We can make two trips out here. Bill it back to the town. I put that on the docket. We out here exploring one of the what do they call them things that I got to vote on?
Referendums?
That sounds pretty right.
Perhaps if they build fast enough, we can take the train back home.
Oh, you need to be the train boss then.
Yeah, I think it's going to take longer than just a day or two for them to get the tracks built all the way back down to Perdition.
So, what time of day is it?
6 a.m.
Oh, it's so we got up from our camp or something, and
Yep. I mean, you guys ain't really throwing out, setting up your wagons or anything. You're just on horseback, throw a bedroll down and go to sleep.
Yeah, bedroll, a fire, maybe a coffee pot or something, and so we'll ride up to we'll try to get to a spot where we can see them without them seeing us and see what's going on. Is there like a hill or something we can kind of peek up over? Like a bunch of trees or something? Or is it just pretty much all open?
They're scrub. I mean, it's kind of high desert out in here, so it's you see cactus and scrub brush and there's oak trees here and there.
Timmons, perhaps you could climb up that large cactus.
Doesn't sound like a very good idea. Cactuses are pretty fragile.
Have we had a few days since the last session? Or the last... like the big fight with the werewolves?
Yes. Is that
It's
was
been the werewolf? I think it's been like one day.
The werewolf fight was
there's
last
gotta be
Friday.
2 times.
Yeah, the
Oh,
last
really?
night of the full moon was Friday the 4th.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to use my... I had an issue using my power. Normally it knocks out that power, but it was the explosion power for my doppelganger, so I just wasn't using the doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes a couple days to fix, I'm assuming, just kind of RP wise.
Well, RP wise, I got thinking about this. You gotta find some parts and stuff, and you gotta say, okay, guys, look, I want to spend a little bit, and so, but I got some things in mind. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I thought of that very thing today. Because Doc Fong, he can't just whip up a fucking potion like that. He's got to go out and find the herbs and stuff. But I got some interesting things up my sleeve. So,
It does take it's either half an hour per attempt with the potions.
That's why after I took the power, I was kind of RPing it for a while. It was just a little bar that was following me around that I was working on. So it was like a week before I actually used the power.
That's is that where you went, HC? When you just rocketed right off when we were fighting in the train, you just went off. When you found a junkyard or something? Is that where you went?
yeah,
Looting stuff?
that's how we took you out of the scene last week. Wicked was that when the when the session before ended, you were rocketing in there on some kind of shit you made, that launched your ass in there, and we decided to just launch you right on past the whole scene. So, just so you know what Timmons is talking about.
Oh, fair enough. I was only asking because I can actually use the basic power to summon an attendant, which I can make fly, basically turn into a flying drone that I can see through.
Right.
We wanted to scout the area.
Yeah, but I
That's
mean,
what I care.
think about this. You gotta have materials to make things out of. Right now, you're riding. I don't know. You might be on a donkey or something, but horses with saddlebags. That's about it. But you could.
I had already made.
Oh, you already made it.
I'm just repairing.
Okay.
Yeah, this was from my creation ally thing. It's all from the one power and one.
Okay.
What do you call it there? I just like when you, for the mad scientist, when you get a natural one on your roll, it blows up, and then you're not allowed to use the power until you spend so many hours working on it.
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's why you're asking me. Because he blew up in the sheriff's office.
Yeah, when you ran out to fight the werewolves, he used his first explosive power and got another natural one. Because I rolled like 3 that night.
So it's been 2 full days. Do what, Brad?
Didn't he explode 2 different times that day?
Yeah, I blew up. Then I sent my doppelganger out to help you guys, and he blew up.
Yeah.
And then I tried to use a healing potion, and I blew up again.
Hey, did you say you're gonna send your little hoot owl out there to explore or whatever the thing it did? I don't know.
Yeah, it's the plan. I'm just gonna send it up. I can see through its eyes.
How far away can we be with that thing?
A mile, I believe.
A mile, nice. Like a mile away.
Does it have to come back and report to you?
No, I can spend an extra power point so I can see through its eyes.
Really? Okay. So you're tapping into your science is tapping into some weird arcane shit here.
The drunken stupor. It's HG.
Yeah, I can communicate. It can communicate with me telepathically, and I can turn on view through its senses, smell, all that.
All right, so you're gonna spend that extra point so you can see through his eye.
Yeah, it's
is
still
this
only like 3 points.
Is this
total.
another like flying owl thing, like from Clash of the Titans?
Yeah, that's just what I generically kind of made it.
All right.
Like they're all coming from the same basic machine.
So it's like a transformer.
Yeah, sort of.
It's more than
More
meets the
like
eye.
Legos, I think. You can take them apart, put them back together in different
Erector
shapes.
set. It's an erector
Yeah,
set.
I
Yeah,
never had an
so
erector set.
so you want this thing to fly up here and check this out or what? Okay, so you're successful.
Yep.
You get him working. All right, so he's going to fly ahead. If did you spend the extra PowerPoint? I think you said you did. So basically, you fly up there and you see there are a lot of Chinese, and even the bosses are Chinese, and the only people of European descent that you can see are looks like they've got some wagons and they're unloading some stuff. And it's definitely
So
it's a
we're
rail camp.
oh,
They're building railroad.
Okay, I still have it circle around. Look for
Give
any
me a
guards,
notice roll.
Oh my super talented ability. Oh wait, actually, it wouldn't be me.
Okay. So the thing comes back to you. So basically, you've seen a camp of Chinese rail workers.
But yeah, I'll let everybody know. You know, people are up there. Looks like some European guys loading up one car itself.
A car or a cart?
Cart?
I wasn't sure what Marb said.
A car, like a wagon,
Okay.
unloading wagon loads of like railroad ties or something. Everybody else was Chinese.
And we know that
So-
the Iron Dragon line was wanting to connect at Perdition, right?
Mm-hmm.
well, you want to go say hi to them?
Perhaps they might know something about this mysterious place we are going to.
Let's go say hi. It's early in the morning. Maybe they got something to eat.
Don't you
So
eat enough as it is? Don't you eat enough beans as it is?
Not Chinese beans in a while.
It's our normal staple when we're traveling, though.
Beans
Canned
hold
beans.
up.
This is true.
Remember them pork chops the other night? They weren't holding up very well.
I don't know. I thought they were
Ooh.
pretty delicious.
It sounds
That's
like
true.
you might need something for your stomach.
That was totally Timmons.
That's who
That was
I
my-
am speaking to.
No, that was my horse. I fed him beefaroni. So we ride up a little closer, like see if is there like a obvious place where like the people in charge are hanging out.
Oh, the
Hey.
people in charge, you can tell, are on horseback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we ride towards them.
And they're riding around and they're yelling at the other people in Chinese. Doc and HG would understand that basically they're just get that iron laid, you know, and blah blah blah, just work commands, you know. They're just yelling at them and giving them some good old encouragement.
You're being the boss.
Is that you trying to ride your horse? No, your horse is freaked out today. This ain't really your horse either. You had to rent
No.
this horse.
I gave
She's looking at him with a big eye, like looking back at him. Would be.
He can smell him. Have you?
He's swatting at him with his tail.
I don't know that you've told me about drinking a quart of liquor in the last couple of days. So
I'm always drinking anyway.
Well, I need to hear about it, man. I need to hear about you always drinking.
Well, I get it from HG. I get at least half a gallon from him each day.
All right. So you guys come riding up here,
A lot of-
and as you
What's
start getting,
that? HG, you said.
So it's a lot of moonshine today.
No, it says you just got to drink a quart every day or two.
Okay, I try to get a quart a day.
Yeah, so that's there's 4 quarts in a gallon, so that's not that much moonshine. But I mean, a quart,
Really?
quart a day. Yeah, he's got to drink a quart a day. Anyway, so as you
How
start
much
riding,
does HG drink a day?
that's a good question.
I'm
I
not even
didn't.
sure if they necessarily need, because they're talking about like regular, like whiskey, I think.
Well, HG's
With, like,
math would be,
3 times
well, if
the
I'm giving
alcohol in it.
kid one, that's one less quart a day. If I'm giving him one, that's how much I drink.
And with HG stuff, it's probably like a shot and a half.
I don't know. What do you brew? Do you brew moonshine, or do you brew a little more mellow stuff like,
No,
Oh,
that
it's
stuff is
all hardcore moonshine. It's as close to
flammable.
like rocket fuel as you can get,
Oh shit.
since it uses it for everything else.
It's like Everclear.
Uh.
Why do you think he's so flammable?
That bit of that
Oh,
white lightning.
shit.
Why almost everybody in the party's been blown up by him. Actually, that's not true. I think I've been attacked.
Yeah, I
Why?
think I only smacked you in the back of the head a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been punched by him once or twice.
Well, that's because he'd been drinking quite a bit that day.
I guess it is because of the alcohol.
Or not enough. One of the two.
But when he does make contact, it usually hurts pretty good.
Hey, I left off that horse with a beautiful flying kick. I just had the target a little wrong. But it was perfectly executed.
As you guys start riding closer to this camp, you can see that there's a couple of people on horseback, and they turn and look at you. You get about 100 yards from the camp, and you see some. I'm not even going to have you make a notice roll because this would stand out like a sore thumb. But you start hearing something sounds like, and then all of a sudden, coming like over the hill is it looks like a well, it's a gyrocopter.
I think we've seen one of these before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that strange vehicle.
Now, yeah,
Does it
Jeb
look
and
like
Timmons,
the same one?
Jeb and Timmons and HG have all seen these. Well, from this distance, you can't tell. I mean, you can see it. You're like, wow, I've seen one of those before.
It's getting closer. Is it looking more and more like it is the same one?
And well, it sits down. Like I said, you're about 100 yards away, and it sits down next to a couple of wagons in a clearing. And you see this person of small of stature get off and come stomping up like madder than a hornet and start yelling at the guys on the horseback. And you see them both nod their head and turn around, and one of them rides back up the tracks, and the other one heads your direction.
Could we hear what they were yelling about?
You're probably too far away.
You said 100 yards.
Yeah, I mean, all you can hear is the ring of a hammer on steel, really. But you can hear their voice.
Can we tell if it was a male or a female?
Well, I'd say Doc Funk could definitely.
What's it supposed to be?
It was a female. It was a female that got off.
Only Chinese can tell if they're female or male from long distance.
Well, I mean, think about it. Even Chinese males have pretty high-pitched voices when they're angry.
Oh, he was telling.
Not all of
from
them,
the sound.
But
He was telling from the sound
you guys,
of the voice.
yes.
I was from visually seeing.
Oh,
tell?
you're the other end of a football
He's
field.
kind of a doctor.
No
I mean,
way.
they had short hair. They had short hair.
Short
Thin,
hair.
small
Could've
frame,
been.
short hair.
Wearing a cowboy hat?
Nope.
No hat.
Nope. Looks like they had something tied around their head. And then it goes and gets back on the gyrocopter and takes off and flies away.
Back the way it came, north of us. And this guy's still riding towards us.
Then you see it circle out over the maze, out towards the maze, like heading off that direction.
I'm gonna smile and wave hello.
And he's like, "You get it." I would estimate you got to lead that by about 7 degrees if you're gonna shoot it down.
It's way out there. It's too far away from you.
Oh yeah, now it is, but he's just making a comment. I think up close you'd have to lead it a little. It's pretty fast.
So this dude comes riding up to you on a horse, and he's got some pretty nice clothes on. Looks like he's wearing a Mexican, or he's riding on a Mexican saddle. There's like big silver, what do you call them, conchos, or you know,
Hell if I know.
medallions, whatever, all over the saddle and stuff. Pretty fancy looking
Oh yeah.
saddle.
Does he look Spanish?
No, he's Chinese.
I'm just imagining Chevy Chase and the Three Amigos, how they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when he gets a little closer, I kind of give him a little wave.
What do you want?
Hello.
What is he? Is he Chinese?
Timmons, give him one of our business cards.
My name's Tim Simmons, and I'm the intermayor of Perditions. And this here is the marshal, and this is the deputy. We are here investigating something. Who you working for?
Oh, do you have any of those brochures that you had printed for him?
The
They
flyers.
come in yet?
Yes, maybe he wants one of those flyers.
They're on the train. They'd hurry up. Maybe the train get here faster.
Did you tell him now? Say who you were again? Did you,
Yes.
you told him you were Mayor Simmons?
The mayor. Yeah.
The mayor of Perdition.
Uh-huh.
Well, you see that he backs down because he can understand you, but he was talking in Chinese to Doc as you were trying to introduce yourself, and you say Mayor of Perdition, and he stops, and he looks at you and he says, if you please to come with me, and then he starts riding back towards the rail camp.
Just to let you know, I don't like my eggs runny. If you plan on cooking this breakfast.
There we go. Finally got the horse.
And I follow him. Well, how did you get the horse? Did you have to shoot it? Raise it from the dead?
Well, that would have been interesting, but I'm not sure
That's
how
what-
your characters would have taken to that.
Who would have taken to it?
How your characters would have taken to it.
If you killed your horse and then raised it from the dead,
Yeah, I'm not sure y'all would have taken it very well, or at least not all of you.
we didn't take you crawling out of the grave very well either. But there you
You know,
are.
you could take a little hiatus from the group here, Vino, if you can find somebody that's capable of doing that.
What, getting an undead horse?
Yep.
We just need to get you one of them there gyrocopters.
He's having
Sounds
problems
like
with
something
it.
up in Guan Province to me.
Well, you got him straight. No, -2. Oh, you still rolled a 12. You got him straight.
Yeah.
Do we know whose train tracks these are? I mean, just
As you get closer, Doc Fong would
Any
be very familiar with it.
signs,
So,
or-
so would you guys. You remember seeing the Iron Dragon coming through Shanfan, and
Yeah.
So you can see like a big flag with the Iron Dragon Railroad's banner on it.
isn't that the people that we got in a fight with, and we blasted their ogre off the top of the train and
Pretty much.
shot the gyrocopter down?
And
Weren't you also talking about letting them come to Perdition then too?
That's
Wait,
on the docket.
I don't think it was the Iron Dragons that attacked us with the gyrocopter.
Yeah, it was.
It was?
It was Chang
Warlord
something.
Kang. Warlord Kang
Yeah.
and the Iron Dragon Railroad. But think about it. You guys were at the tail end of the Great Rail Wars, and Wesich won it. He connected the east to the west first. So basically, he now owns the biggest share of railroad that was backed by all these different governments. Plus, he owns most of it himself between here and Deseret, Salt Lake City.
And there's a lot of business taking Ghost Direct from here to Salt Lake City.
Points back east. Well, all points back east because Salt Lake City is where all the other rails connect. Now you've got the southern rails, Bayou Vermilion, and what's that other one? Belongs to the Confederate Army.
Wetchesky
Or the
and
Confederate government.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Bayou.
but they could, you know,
I
they
like
got,
HG's idea for my
what's that?
read chat in FG.
Yeah. Yep. They were made of stone. Fossils.
Yep. But still technically bone and
Right.
skeletons.
So you
Well, there's
guys,
also a Dixie Rails.
Dixie Rails, that's it. Dixie Rails and Bayou Vermilion. Bayou Vermilion's owned by a pretty wealthy New Orleans businessman that came originally from Haiti, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Dixie Rails doesn't get all the way to California. It ends over in the Southwest.
Right. All right, so you guys go right into this camp.
Yep.
All right, so you first come upon the camp itself, and there's several tents pitched here, and it looks like probably the forward survey party because they've got survey equipment set up and stuff. And you ride past them, and the sound of the hammers on the steel gets louder and louder and louder. And as you top over the rise, you can see down below you where the actual railroad comes in and ends. And you ride on down the hill, and you ride past this line of guys that are, you know, dropping these rails down on top. There's a group laying timbers, and you see a group grading, and it's like they're all very uniform in what they're doing. I mean, it's a very smooth operation as they're laying this track down through here. It almost looks like machines. They're just so well practiced at it.
So well coordinated.
Right, and so you get to kind of watch all this as you're riding up through there, and after about a mile, you know, now you're riding along railroad track itself that's been laid in the last few days, and you eventually come to a building that's set up there, and you can tell it's very temporary. And there is a pretty nice looking coach car connected to an engine, but the engine is facing north.
We're just following
Hefe.
El Lido.
El Jefe. Elito Chin.
Senior, show us the way.
Yeah, so he rides right up to this building and gets off his horse, ties his horse up, and walks in, and you hear him speaking Chinese to somebody else. Again, it's Cantonese. And so Doc Fong would understand this. He says, this man says he's the mayor of Perdition, California. And you see the guy kind of sit up, and he's got spectacles on, and he takes them off. He's also Chinese, and he's reading over this ledger, and he sits up and he looks, and he can see you guys out there on your horses, if you're still sitting on your horses, I guess.
Timmons is getting off his horse.
And he gets up and walks over and goes up the stairs onto the back of this real nice coach car. And he knocks on the door 2 or 3 times, and then opens the door up and goes in. And pretty soon he comes back out. And then you can hear, and then from off to the west, here comes that gyrocopter again. Comes right in here next to you and starts setting down. You guys all need to give me riding rolls to control your horse.
I'm off my horse, but no problem.
Also, did
Whoa.
anyone else just imagine like the intro to MASH when he did that?
Kinda.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Gyrocopter coming.
That's exactly what's happening. And Jeb, you cannot get your horse under control. You're yanking on his reins and trying to get a hold of his bridle, and he's throwing his head back like this. And give me another
Oh, we're writing.
riding roll.
There, that's better.
9 minus 2 is 7. Okay, I was going to give you a minus
No,
2
no,
that
no,
time.
wait.
No,
Oh,
I'm
it has no
saying
minus 2.
9
I
minus.
got it.
Yeah, you got a 9. I
additional
was giving you an additional negative 2 because the horse was already
gotcha.
upset. But so what do you do with this horse? You grab a hold of his bridle and yank down on the side of the bit or something and get him under control.
I just very quietly and confidently just talk to him, say, "Whoa, calm down." And as in the process, I'm pulling the reins away from from facing the gyrocopter, hoping to calm him down.
You gyro coppers. So you finally get him under control. You guys can get your horses tied up here. And definitely a woman shuts the gyrocopter off, and you see her, it kind of sputters. And it's the whole thing shaking like this, and she gets out and walks over and takes this like piece of pipe and starts beating the shit out of the side of the engine. Bang, bang! And it finally shuts down, and she's cursing in Mandarin, so HG and Doc can both understand what she's saying.
Perhaps you could help, HG. You're good at fixing things.
I would like to take a look at that myself, I do think.
So you start walking towards her.
Tim is like, I think our egg rolls are burnt.
Yeah, I'll pull out some of my old ass looking tools.
He doesn't know what she's saying. All he's seeing is what she's doing. I think she burned our egg rolls in that contraption.
So you start pulling tools out of the inside of your coat or something and your jacket and start walking over there towards the gyrocopter.
You got like a rusty screwdriver in one hand, an old ass wrench in the other.
What the fuck you do, old man?
Oh, looks like you could need some help. Such a fantastic machine.
What the fuck you know about? She kind of motions her head towards it.
Well, I've never seen one of these before, but I do like to dabble myself. Okay.
Oh, you've never seen it up close.
Fair enough.
Deputy Willikers is pretty handy with stuff like that. By the way, my name is Mayor Timmons Simmons. Who might you be?
When you say Timmons Simmons, Mayor Timmons Simmons, she stops and she looks at you real quick. She goes, "Oh, Mayor Simmons, very nice to meet you, sir." And she introduces herself as Su Chin Chai or something or another, and she said, "But most call me Red Petals. Red Petals Sue."
Wait, out of character, didn't she? It wasn't she the one that attacked us on the gyrocopter?
Well, it's very nice to meet you again.
It seems we have met before, maybe. And she's looking at you, and she looks at HG, and she says, "You seem very familiar to me."
You maybe see my flies around. You know, I am trying to get elected mayor again, petition.
Well, you are mayor of petition, so Mayor, tell me, can I send word to my master Kang and let him know that it would be okay to connect the railroad?
Well, I tell you, that's interesting. We came out here for 2 reasons, and one of them was to discuss that probability.
Well, is there anything I can do to speed the process to assure you that everything we do is in good faith and would be mutually beneficial to? And I've went off into some weird European accent. I mean, mutually beneficial
I still was in the Chinese thing. I still was there. So Timmons looks over at Jeb and the rest of the crew with his look that he gives before he blurts some shit out that he's not supposed to blurt out.
What are you about to say, Timmons?
What? Well, you know. And he nods towards her.
No, I don't.
remember? You
Well, I mean,
remember.
I do think we may have met before. Yes, I think we might actually be the reason for your mechanical problems. And somebody said rain.
Train. We look forward to the
Train.
train line connecting to perdition. You say that in okay. Okay, so you speak to her in Cantonese, and she looks right at you, and she says, basically, she says, you travel with unusual companions. She's looking at, and she says this in Cantonese to you, Doc.
Well, he'll reply, "You don't know the half of it."
I just take it out for a quick spin, you know. An idea how things go.
The mayor there is the most normal of all of them.
That old man she's looking at, she's still speaking in Cantonese to you, Doc. That old man out there messing with my gyrocopter. Is it safe?
Safe-ish.
I'm not sure safe is the proper word, but he doesn't usually explode. But when he is focused, he is good at technology.
Or when he's just drunk enough.
You mean he does better work when he's drunk? She. Now
Oddly enough, yes.
Timmons, if he hears that in English, he nods his head.
What kind of chance does she get there, Venom? Notice?
Let me double check with that.
Find me an
Timmons
answer on
farts try to give him some a bonus. He farts, tries to cover up the reek.
Try to give him a boner. What?
Try to give him a bonus to his roll
A
for
bonus.
stinking.
A bonus.
A boner bonus, even.
She says,
Does Jeff have to like, you know, like pump it up since he's dead? I mean, he doesn't have blood flow, does he?
Boy-yo-yo-yo-ying. What did you just say?
It's supposed to be a boing sound.
Boy-yo-yo-yo-ying.
That's pretty good. I got it.
Yep. That reminds me, I forgot to open this.
I haven't heard any Skyrenscapes either.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm getting ready to do.
You got any skilly Skyrenscape sounds? Or even the other one?
Sure I do. Let's see.
I gotta spend some more time on my Sirenscape module.
Oh, I've been putting some stuff together for this, but
I put a whole module together that I could put on all my tables. It's kind of nice.
nothing.
But if you want to fix it, you gotta go fix it in the module.
Yeah. We do have. Where is my?
So Timmons says, "So when do we expect to have a visit from your boss?"
There we go. Oh, he will not be. Whoa. That does not sound like.
Getting on the
Um,
bird. Sound like more like a garden or.
What was it titled?
Huh?
The sound.
Forest Day. Like Doris Day, but Forest Day.
Well, it did sound like a forest.
So anyway, she says, General Kang will not be coming down until the ceremony. I am to negotiate for him. It is good that we have had a chance to meet, Mayor Simmons. We expect to connect in perdition in less than 3 weeks. Perhaps even
Well,
2.
you do know there's an election coming up, right?
We were hoping to get something done before the election, Mayor. If you understand what I'm saying.
I understand, but there's certain restrictions as an interim mayor that I have, and it all revolves around money.
Question,
It
Timmons.
does. Now we're starting to speak the same language.
Ethan, I don't. I can
Mayorship.
pick up Mandarin a little bit. Money. How do you say that in Mandarin?
What was that, Doc?
Oh, Mayor, if the crew is able to get into town in time, would they be able to vote for you?
Well, if we make them residents, then absolutely. And we do need a new representative to handle the new relocation of the shantytown, or what was the place called? The one outside
Sallytown.
Sallytown.
Where the workers' shacks are and stuff, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, it's a
Cause
leftover rail camp is what it is.
we gonna be moving them.
Yeah, to
You-
make room for
So-
station and turnarounds and such.
You have a place for all of our people, plus you can put them to work. She's ecstatic at this. She says, I'm sure the general would invest in something like that.
I see.
I'm guarantee you that he would. And she says, "Please, gentlemen, come in." Hang on, Jeb. She
I
turns
have a
around.
concern.
Hang on just a second. She turns around and she looks at the Chinese guy that was sitting there doing the bookwork that had the spectacles on. And in Cantonese, she tells him, "Bring our guests some drinks and make it quick. Keep everyone away."
He needs a court. And points to Jeb.
Okay, Jeb, you were saying.
Only concern that I would have is the conflict between the people that are already living there and with the Chinese moving in, because there's not that many.
Are you speaking out loud right now?
Yes. I'm just concerned that or just want to make sure that they're not going to start trouble as soon as they get there, as far as riling them up and
Are you displaying your badge?
Yes. I mean, I think Timmons did introduce me as Marshall, so.
And they both have their deputy badges, maybe.
She looks at Doc Fong. Does Doc Fong wear a deputy's badge?
Yeah, he pull it out and put it on.
And
I don't know if he had it on originally.
She says, "Surely."
On his belt.
And she says, "Doc Fong," because I'm sure you introduced yourself. "It seems this gentleman believes that our people cause problems."
No, that's not what I was meaning.
That's what it sounded like to me.
I just know that there has been conflicts between the Chinese and white people. Some white people don't like Chinese. Some Chinese don't like white people. I get that. I was just making sure that y'all could get along if y'all are going to be living in the same town.
We are completely capable of building our own houses, our own structures. Some of these folks will return home. Some of them may not. It is nice to know that there is a place that they can be accepted. And you see this guy comes back in. He's got
They're even
he's
building
got
a
some
new Chinese
bourbon,
restaurant.
some fine bourbon, and he starts pouring bourbon. Now, Jeb, did you find me an answer? Vino, did you find me an answer on Urchance?
Yeah, I whispered it to you.
Okay.
Notice versus Manitou spirit roll.
Okay. What is your spirit roll? What is your spirit?
D8.
Roll me a D8.
You mean a D10?
Oh, it's her spirit roll.
No, it's the Manitou spirit roll versus the NPC's notice.
Okay, then give me a D8.
D10.
Yours is a D. Okay, yes, D10.
Yeah.
Is there a thing where if they're trained in some kind of magical skill also?
They have a chance to see it if they have an arcane background or have a D10 plus in occult.
She does not see it. Doesn't seem to. She hasn't taken any notice of it.
She got a good sense of smell. Timmons keeps farting.
She walks over and opens up a box and takes out some kind of little metal contraption and fits in her hand. And she turns around and opens the box and lays the metal contraption down. It's a deal that cuts the a cigar cutter.
Oh, okay.
Would you gentlemen care to smoke?
Absolutely. That looks like a pretty nice cigar right there.
She takes
Where
one of
is
the
it from?
cigars. I'm not really sure, but General King only has the best, Mayor. And she takes one for herself, and she's drinking this bourbon right along with you.
Jeb will reach over and grab a cigar.
Timmons puts like 5 in his pocket.
Of course he does.
Okay. Making a note. So, Mayor, back to business. What would it take to push this through before the election? And,
well, I had to have some
support.
conversations with some of my party backers and stuff. But how much you offering? Let's start that direction. How much money does General Kang wish to push forward to this endeavor, and then I can approach the respected personnel in Perdition?
Well, you see, she stands up and she looks at you and she says, I understand it is hard to price another person's products. Right now, your product is a railroad and a town and a railhead. And it's hard for me to price that.
Well, I understand money is not always what it is meant to be, and Perdition is probably in the future need of a lot of labor. So maybe one hand can scratch the other with some construction going on in town.
We are the finest carpenters in the world, and she looks right at Doc Fong.
You build stuff, Doc?
Well, I do not. I more deal with plants, but I know many who do.
Trees are plants, and you build stuff out of trees, so that's pretty much the same thing, ain't it?
No, I think he builds trees out of seeds, from what I've gathered.
Yes, you must take the seed and add the other stuff, and that will build you a tree.
Oh, trees don't have babies?
What do you think the seeds are?
Yes. That's a baby.
It's like a
I
baby
just thought they
that you bury in the dirt.
Just bury a pine cone. That's what happens.
Exactly.
But anyway, I do have one request that maybe you can help me find out. Have you heard of Big Ears Tam?
HG out there banging on a gyrocopter. She says, I know who General Tam is. Yes.
Well, he's got a fellow working with your boss, Willow Khan. And
Kang. Quan is in Quan
somewhere
province.
Oh, that's a different guy. Never mind.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
Yeah, Quan. Quan
Well,
province.
he'll ask the question anyways. Do you know who Willow Kwan is?
I know who Warlord Quan is. Yes.
Have you heard any information about one of Big E Tam's fellow warlords working for, or fellow, one of his tongs, one of his leaders? They working for Warlord Quan. You haven't heard which one it is, have you?
She looks at Doc Fong, and for a second she looks back to you and she says, you know, that is the way with these triads. There is always one working against another, until it comes full circle. She says, I don't know the business of Warlord Quan, personally.
Well, that's some information that the Mayor Tim and Simmons wouldn't mind having. Not just a little tease, you know? So if you come across it, you know.
I have connections in Shanfan. Perhaps I can ask.
Oh, you got connections in Shanfan. Huh. Well, what about shipping and receiving in Shanfan?
Shipping and receiving.
Yeah.
Keep
Make
talking,
sure
Mayor.
something goes in the right direction for friends of mine. Don't we have a shipment of cattle coming into Shanfan?
You have a shipment of cattle coming into the railhead on the Bayou Vermilion line, south of Perdition, because coming in from Texas.
Oh, the south side. It's coming
Yeah,
from the south.
there's a railroad map. I got to look at this.
Or are boats in Shanfan though, isn't it? Getting worked on?
Yeah, but we do have the other ship in by Perdition now. No,
We have a tugboat. We have a
Didn't we
tugboat in
leave the ship
Perdition.
at the Big M Ranch?
No, I thought we took it to Shanfan to have it worked on.
Yeah, they were getting the Bayou Vermilion line in San Antonio. They were going to catch it outside of northwest of San Antonio near their ranch, and had the cattle trucked all the way into the railhead, which is another railroad that's trying to connect to Perdition.
Which we probably need to do, especially if we want to get those cattle in.
They really all wanted access to Los Angeles, but Wasich and Grimm kind of came to an agreement that he had exclusive rights to, after the war, that Hellstrom basically
Stocks and Perdition are going to be good business.
Annihilated half his city. Yeah. So she says, she can't help you with that, Timmons. Do you have this map?
We had it, I think, at one time.
And it just popped right up for me. I think you've shared it before.
All right, so they're down here in Texas, and they're going to catch the Bayou Vermilion somewhere out here in West Texas, and it's going to come all the way through to here. So they're bringing them through Tombstone.
So, where's these tracks running now? From Quan Province? Like they're trying to connect like that?
Yeah, it is. The Iron Dragon is all the way through. Well, you can see part of it right here. That was like 2 or 3 months ago. Now it's probably right there.
Oh, okay, yeah. So they're coming down the coastline all the way. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, they might.
And that goes up north past Seattle.
Oh, it goes way on up there. So yeah, they control the whole Pacific Northwest. So they'd be worth.
It goes all the way. It goes all the way.
Over there. It's in Bismarck there.
It goes all the way to Milwaukee, I think, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Likely, but that last part isn't labeled. I'm not sure.
I didn't realize it went all the way across the northern plains up there like that.
And we got, all right, so we got, out of Texas, that's where we're coming through El Paso, through Tombstone, we got.
Yep.
All right, this is a good map for me to see, Railhead.
So both of these railroads are coming at the same time. Bayou Vermilion, the rich rail baron out of New Orleans, has already offered to pay for a huge rail depot. And the city is talking about putting it where Shantytown is, to kind of recap on some things. Well,
Sallytown,
yeah. So, of course, I'm sure by now, word has gotten back to Warlord Kang, who Red Petal Sue works for. Warlord Quan isn't really into the rail business. He's into the timber business, all these redwoods. His place is Fort Norton. It's in the middle of that redwood forest someplace.
Well, he still has to
make
good business
railroad ties.
He has to have he has to be able to ship his product somewhere, right?
What, Quan?
Yeah, I mean he's doing something with the wood.
Yeah, he ships it down the river to, let's see, He ships it down the river to Shanfan.
And it's got to go somewhere from there, right?
Mhm. And it hits the Iron Dragon Railroad. And some of it goes
So-
back up the Denver Pacific. So with this
And
rail
what-
map, you can kind of start seeing who controls what, you know. All right. So she wines you and dines you and says, Mayor, friendly relationship between Perdition and the Iron Dragon Railroad is in everybody's best interest. I mean, surely you can admit that.
Absolutely. As far as I'm concerned, Perdition wants to be friendly with anybody that wants to be friendly with Perdition.
Well then, Mayor, I hope that you can get the agenda item, you know, take a vote, have a vote passed, and get us connected because we're pushing on through. We're counting on you, Mayor. She gives you the, you know, old punch to the shoulder.
So, since we're out here for two purposes, the second purpose was we're going up to Collegium.
Collegium? Collegium?
That's kind of what I was trying to say.
Cunnilingus?
She looks at you and says, you're not of the right persuasion. You're all hairy. I don't like hairy. Actually, your hair's probably fallen out by now, starting to fall out. Jeb. Big chunks.
Simmons reaches up and pulls a big patch of hair. He's not as hairy as he was.
And she basically tells you that Collegium's bad mojo. She said that there's been, you know, some of her own crew tried to get out there. There's supposed to be a big old ghost rock deposit that, you know, that big holding facility that's just been abandoned. Nobody's heard, and everybody who goes in there and tries to find, nobody comes back.
What more do you know about this? Do you know why they do not come back? Is there any word about that?
And who owns it?
No, but it's got to be cursed.
If no
Oh,
one comes
Wasich
back,
owns
then
it.
I don't think anyone's talking.
Wasich owns
That's
it.
a good point.
Wasich is Hellstrom, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I'm not a fan about helping Hellstrom, but
Well, he got you. He was nice to you guys. Brought you all the way out here to California with him.
Yeah,
True.
You know, Jeb has trainophobia.
yeah, thanks to him.
He even built that little buddy back there at the tugboat. What's his name? The robot fella?
Robert, yeah, I think that was kind of forced on him.
Rob Conway.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I think that may have been kind of forced on him as opposed to a willing thing. So I just don't particularly care for the gentleman. Much like these other barons, he has many facades.
Well, Sheriff, you and I are in agreement there, but sometimes the birth of great empires, such as those of the railroad, require strange bedfellows.
Well, one thing I can tell you about the Watch It company is they come from
Watch
old
It.
money.
Watch it, company.
Old money.
There is lots of money to be made out here by everyone. You just have to go and get it.
Or have someone give it to you.
If you gentlemen are going to Collegium, perhaps, Mayor, it's not you that I will be negotiating with later. And she kind of laughs. Ha ha! She's getting drunk on her whiskey here. She's drinking it. She says, I wish you the best of luck, but to be forewarned, you are by far the first to go out there. Perhaps you will be the first to come back.
Well, I'm not going out there planning on not coming back.
Let's just say that Timmons is difficult to kill.
Yes. He
It ain't that
Jeb are
difficult
both
to kill.
extremely
I
difficult
just-
to do so.
It's just the walls and the bars and stuff that I had behind are hard to shoot through.
You know, if it's true, there are ton upon ton of ghost rock that would be in their holding facilities.
And guess what Perdition has?
What?
Um, what's
Ghost
the
rock
ghost rock?
processing plant.
A processing facility for ghost rock that needs some expansion.
So how about this? How about
And
this?
you just happen to build a train track right by Collegium.
How about this deal? We find this curse, clear it out. Get the ghost rock, and we sell or use the ghost rock to better Perdition and our railway facilities in the town. That way, it helps both of us and the town, and everybody gets something out of it.
Well, I think if we go out and clear out Collegium, that will open it up to his rightful owners. So I
Yeah.
think we need to annex. I think we need to annex it, perhaps maritime law or something. I don't know. You guys come up with that.
Well,
I ain't.
It's been abandoned how long?
Well, now you're getting into stuff that the Rockies tend to govern, which is just a big conglomeration of wealthy, mine owners and mine investors that kind of have their own private hired gun army.
Well, how long is it?
Like, I got some friends in the mining industry. I might have some pool on said miners.
HG got some connections in the mining industry.
Timmons' money comes from mining.
Yep.
Silver mines.
Yep, both of you guys do.
But how long has this place been abandoned? It's been abandoned.
A little over a year.
A year ago.
Just a year.
It says in the little description.
Gotcha.
Well, we could
Used to run
always.
ghost rock processing facility on the coastline north. But the problem we got is we go clear it out now. Freaking Hellstrom can just come in and say it's his and take it back from us and kick our
Right.
ass or whatever. So what we need to do is we just need to go in and check it out first and see what's going on, and then decide if that's something that we want to do or not. 'Cause-
Indeed. What if it's those werewolf creatures that are there,
Well, maybe they'll trade ghost rock for,
not being
Hellstrom's
people?
railroad guys. We can work something out.
Be protectors of the whatever it's called,
The ghost rock,
Collegium.
the
Perhaps if you are able to do this,
The Collegium Den. We'll call it the
rename it after you.
Collegium Den. It's a bunch of werewolves.
They could call it the Simmons Collegium.
Well, the fellas, they're only nasty, one time a month or something like that? Is that what it boiled down
Right.
to?
As long as they're away from civilization, it should be okay.
All right. The fresh supply of Chinamen, we don't care.
She-
Sorry, Doc.
She looks out there at HG and she's, "Are you sure he's okay working on my machine?"
Well, we have not heard any explosions, at least.
I think
No one's gotten blown up yet. That's a pretty
okay,
good sign.
that's enough. What's his name?
HG.
Deputy
Hey,
H.G. Willikins.
Mr.
Willikers.
HG, Mr. Deputy HG. That's quite enough.
I'm just getting started. Mind if I fly it for a minute? I'm just gonna take off and land right back here. I'll be okay.
Have you ever flown before, Mr. HG?
Oh, I fly all the time. Much
Now-
faster than this thing goes.
Yes, he flew right past a train the other day.
Now you should be worried, ma'am.
Are you feeling better after the crash, HG?
Well, a little bit, it kind of took some of the hair I had left on the right side of my head off, but I feel some fuzz growing back. I think it's going to be okay. Gotta worry about my looks. It's how I make my money.
So who,
Damn it, HG. She said stop it.
do we know in Shanfan that was part of this rail? Did we Do we know somebody in Shanfan?
Not that
No.
I can recall.
The rail runs through Shanfan, but
Oh, that's the other question I had. That's where the ship we got is from. Is in Shanfan, right? Is that where we left it to get worked on, or did we get it worked on and it's back at the ranch?
it's at the
I
Big
thought
M
we had-
Ranch.
I thought were having it repaired at the Big M.
You went and
Oh,
hired a
that's right,
bunch
we-
of. You went and
That's
hired
right.
a
We
bunch
brought
of
them to the Big M.
Chinese maritime workers and took them out there. They've been working on the ship and trying to retrofit it or whatever they were doing to it.
Fix it.
Yeah,
And
because you want to be able to haul horses and wagons.
And the Big M Ranch is up near Shanfan somewhere, right?
I think it's like halfway between here and there.
I don't know. I thought it was a lot closer to Shanfan, like up here somewhere in the maze.
HG, she goes over and gets in this copter and says, "It is time you learn to fly." And she tells you to sit down, buckle up. She takes us.
Timmons gets down and lower into the train car. He's like, "Ooh, she sits down."
Yes,
in one
let
of the
us all
seats.
take cover, just in case.
Are you gonna get on this thing with her?
Oh yeah.
You sit down.
Yeah,
You see her tying this big leather strap around herself.
Yeah, Jeb and Doc Fong are taking cover somewhere.
But just think how far I could drop my bombs from one of these.
That does not fill me with joy and
Fly over top,
the opposite of
blow up
sheep.
all the enemies.
She probably has a stash of little bombs in the plane already, on the gyrocopter. She was dropping those things last time we ran into her.
Yep.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you don't see any on here right now. I mean, this thing looks like basically a go-kart with a fucking prop on it, you know.
So, what was the Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome?
Yeah.
The little gyrocopter guy?
Yeah, that dude. But she fires this thing up, and her and HG kind of take off up into the air, and you see him kind of raise up a little bit. She gets it swinging back and forth like this, and swinging forward. And HG, she's explaining to you how this stick works that she's got in her hand, you know, and you're kind of watching her. Give me a smarts roll. Let's see if you're picking up on any of this.
Wait, she has his stick in her hand?
No. Oh yeah, you're like you got the hang of this. And she says, "Now, let's go for a ride." And she pushes it forward, and this thing dips down towards the ground, and you see it. And just about 3 or 4 feet off the ground, she pulls up away from it, and your stomach goes up in your throat. Give me a vigor roll.
That's not a particular talent of mine. Oh shit.
Not bad.
Not bad. Okay, the bile doesn't come up. It comes up to about right here, but you choke it back down, and you're up about 150 feet now, you know, over treetop level, and she's just flying as fast as this thing will go right down this train track, right up towards the railhead.
Not bad, a little slow. You know, if I put a little rockets in the back, really step this up.
Maybe paint some flames on the side.
Yeah.
All right,
Lightning bolt.
she tells you to grab a hold of that stick, but you got to reach over in front of her. There's not one in front of you. You got to reach over in front of her and fly it, kind of sitting across. All
I
right.
will do that. I'm gonna check my cards, adventure cards, real quick.
I need an agility roll.
Oh. Could be worse.
So the thing kind of wobbles a little bit, you know, but you kind of get control of this thing, and you're like, well, this ain't hard at all. I can't believe you passed all 3 of those fucking rolls. So you kind of you get a hold of this thing, and you're doing pretty good, and she, you know, you guys fly around for a little bit, and then she comes back and sets it back down, and she's laughing. It's actually the first time you've seen a smile on her face. And she's actually laughing at the fact that she taught you this.
Well, she's probably amazed that this old man was able to keep his lunch, pay attention, and then fly the thing.
Yeah, she's pretty tickled with
While
it all.
sipping from a flask.
Of course, this is the same girl that tried to kill you guys when you were riding with Hellstrom.
Hey,
Now that I've seen her machine, I'll show her some of mine.
water under the bridge.
Okay.
Give me a strength check, HG.
You're just getting all my D4s -1s, huh?
Yeah, not that time. Doc Fong says, "Here, catch this toolbox," and he takes your toolbox and throws it right at you, and it hits you in the chest. Now give me an agility roll. And you actually manage to stay on your feet and catch the toolbox, but it kind of knocks you about 3 or 4 steps backwards.
If I had to guess, he probably does this drunken master weird
I'm
thing.
a little old for that. Gotta respect your elders here.
And so
I too am elderly.
with that, I tell you what, we are going to let's take our break early. That way, if Engorgio gets on a table at 8:30, we're not going to immediately eat into some of his gaming, with break time. So, what do you guys think?
Apparently, he brought enough tacos for everyone. That's what
We can get on up the road too, so Engorgio doesn't have to be around all the Chinese people.
Engorgio, did you bring tacos for everybody?
I should say Albert, not Engorgio. Albert.
Albert, yes, Albert. So he'll show up. And we'll say he's just been he catches up to you guys here at the railhead or something.
Yeah,
But-
perfect.
Yes, perfect.
Or he rode up ahead and scouted.
Yes.
One or the other.
So that's what we'll do. We'll come back in just a little over 10 minutes. Get some music going here. Not that, though. Here we go. Plagued by Drummer Boy. And, I feel like a DJ. This next one is about Plagued by Drummer Boy. We'll be right back. And we're back.
Hey.
Hi. I see Scuba showed up in here.
Scuba Steve?
It's not Scuba Steve, it's Scuba 7285.
Can we call him Scuba Steve?
Oh, that's up to him, man. I'm not saying. Yep. All right, so where were we? We were HG riding with Red Pedals. Right? Yes? No, they're back. They're on the ground.
No, we were gonna head out.
Yep. Brady is Caesar. Thank you for the biddy. Anybody heard from Engorgio yet? Let's see. Yeah, well, he's got Jack in a Box, so he ought to be here anytime.
And he was
running
already
out of tacos to eat.
He was already halfway done with them a moment ago.
Of course, if he shared with us, he would already be done and would be online already.
All right.
Exactly.
Well, let's see. So, all right, you guys ride the first half of the day, and it goes by uneventful.
Oh, crap. Apparently VC just crashed.
Okay.
I just noticed you went away.
Well, I'll just have to call you back when you get it back up there.
That was odd. I'm back.
Ding, ding, doo, 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 doo.
Oh, did that come through?
So Vino had a little video come apart, but we're all back. So you ride through till noon, and you eventually come to this old post, and there's a roadway that crosses the railroad tracks here, and there's a post sitting here, and somebody has driven a board into it, and it's like they've marked on it with charcoal or something, and it looks kind of like
The hell? Drake and Brad's cam never showed up.
Did you call Marbanya?
No, he called me.
Huh. I would hang up again and have him call you back.
Okay. All right, call me back.
Okay. Back.
There.
There we go.
All right.
Technical difficulties.
All right. So
What's
you're
the
right through
sign
till
look like?
noon.
You're talking about the sign.
Yeah, it looks like that. It's like part of the
It looks
charcoal.
like it might say Corgi Station. Yes, those are those tiny dogs, right?
Corgi.
Is there a sign somewhere?
You're not sure
You
which
said
way
in
it
chat.
points, but the road goes east and west here.
It's in Fantasy Ground chat.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm like looking in Discord. I'm looking on the table. I didn't look in the chat.
yeah, I missed that too. So guess it's this way.
Can I take a closer look, see if there's any if you look real close, if there's like residue that might indicate what is missing and or what direction it's supposed to point in?
Put you back right there on the map. You're gonna do what now?
Look at the sign. You said it's got charcoal on it, right?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you look real close, if there's any like real faint residue left to see either missing letters or the direction it was pointing.
Actually, when you get to looking at it that close, it's black paint, but it's so old it's been worn off, and the sign's kind of hanging lopsided.
Hmm.
Koji. Corgi Station.
Tim says
Yes. Keep an eye out.
Oh!
it starts with a C. It must be. We must be getting close. Who was that?
That's in
Dragon Ball.
Giorgio.
Oh,
He's
Gorgio
he's paying me back.
gifted.
Yeah. Oh, I was okay.
He got you twice in a row.
Don't rub it in, Vinna.
That's
Good evening.
what I'm here for.
Where's our tacos?
I know,
In my
right?
belly.
You promised us tacos, damn it.
I did not promise you tacos. I told you I was eating tacos.
No, you promised us tacos. That's what I heard.
I mean, if you want, I will send you what comes out of the tacos.
It's no longer tacos at that point.
Shit, Sam.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, compared
Remedies.
to dirt,
Robin is here. Everybody straight up.
What?
Oh, God,
Why?
so Robin.
I don't know.
Robin with an I.
Here to cause
No,
mayhem.
pretty sure it's Robin with a Y.
With an I. Can you release Albert, please? Because I'm on my old new computer.
Oh no, not delete. Oh shit.
That was kind of a dick move, Marb.
Yeah. I mean, I still have it on my laptop.
Would you expect anything less out of me? I mean, come on.
Yes. Yes.
I try hard. Ban and Gorgio kick and Gorgio kick.
I could ban Robin. I wouldn't do that though.
Oh, it's just out of stock on Drop It. I can't try to drop the other half of his mustache.
All right, so in Gorgio, to catch you up to speed, you've been kind of tinkering around with this Devil's Den, that this tavern that you've bought, saloon, and
Yes,
you go to find the rest of the group, find out what the hell's going on, and you hear that they rode out of town out north. They were going to. You run into Lacey O'Malley. He goes, well, they were headed to Collegium Station, try to find that big old, Ghost Rock collection facility out there. And so you're like, Ghost Rock. And so you go and rent a horse and head north and catch up to them. And you ride all day and you're drinking, you're looking around the country, you're enjoying it. You spend the night. You get up the next day and you start riding. And you come up on this railhead where there's a bunch of Chinese people working, and you can't understand them for shit. But there's 150 Chinese rail workers laying track right down through here.
interesting.
You could ask them where, if they've seen a sheriff and man with a gavel.
Do I have a map?
I think we're just kind of theater of the minding at the moment.
There's a Southern
Okay.
California map.
And we're all together.
Yep.
Or eating tacos.
We seeing Gorgio right up, or we see Albert right up?
No, not yet. Albert,
Oh.
you spend about 2 or 3 minutes trying to talk to some of these people around here, and they're all just speaking Chinese. And one of them's telling you to
Oh,
move along. He's pointing like, move along. You don't understand a thing he's saying to you.
cocksuckers.
Who the fuck you calling cocksucker? Move your ass along.
Fuck you, you.
This works on you. Fuck you! You fuck you!
Don't say fuck you.
Don't you say fuck you to me.
Well, why don't y'all just have a good old fisticuff?
Anyway, so you ride on, and pretty soon you can see there's some horsemen up ahead of you. One of them's riding a little donkey. Doc, what do you ride? Little donkey?
Normally I have a donkey. I think we got
You
all
got
horses
though this time though. So you see 4 people on horses up, and looks like they're all standing around looking at a post or something. And you guys eventually you hear the horse coming. You look up, and you couldn't miss that mustache from a mile away, and that mustache is riding straight at you.
He's back.
It is very pristine.
Stop selling.
So basically, you've been following this railroad track, and you come to a crossroads, and they're looking at this old sign that's kind of leaned over, but it doesn't really point any direction because it's cockeyed. You can't really tell which direction it points. It's either east or west.
Well, if it was along the water, that would make sense that it would be west of here.
So, well, there you go. You know what? I'm going to give Doc Fong a chip for that.
The water is to the west.
Good call, Doc.
That's the way I was choosing too.
Yeah, but
Meanwhile, Marv's like, oh, they're not going to go to the evil mansion to the east.
All right.
Does this road look like it's been traversed?
No. Not.
Weeds growing all
Yeah,
over
if you once you get up, I mean, yeah, and up and down the railroad tracks
Only
here,
a
yeah.
little further west.
Yeah, but once you get away from the railroad tracks, no, there's no horse tracks, there's no foot tracks, no.
so I'll ask these assholes why they decided to leave me. I was working.
You were asleep, and we couldn't wake you.
Oh,
You had fallen and we couldn't wake you up.
too much booze.
Yeah, you were sleeping harder than Timmons. We managed to get him up at 6 a.m.
Based on the smell, perhaps it was too much booze that led to something else.
That's true. How did y'all do that?
You
I
rolled
think it was
for
the
it.
coffee and the bacon.
Yeah, you rolled for it. You woke up on your own. Oh,
Actually,
no,
I
this
don't-
morning. Oh, yeah, this morning when you got up at
I don't think. I don't think he actually rolled this morning.
No, he didn't
I'm
roll
just
this morning.
rolling with it.
I'd say after they dumped enough shit on top of you and kicked you around a little bit, you finally got up.
They put him on last watch. That's how they got him up.
Maybe he thought
They
it
let
was
him go to
Tuesday
sleep
there
and
was
then
gonna
they
be
woke him up
tacos,
for his watch.
so he woke himself up.
Steal his beans.
So,
No, Jeb just shoved freshly cooked bacon under his nose and poured a hot cup of coffee in his lap.
Do it.
That's how Jeb would wake him up.
So Albert, this place is supposed to no one's supposed to have been here for a year. It's abandoned.
And why are we coming here?
Because no one's been here for a year and it's abandoned.
We need to find out why it was abandoned, basically.
Also, those people keep
Well,
disappearing.
I think we're really interested in all the ghost rock that's down there. It belongs to Hellstrom, but we're going to see if we can annex it in to Perdition.
Well, to be fair, I don't care if we steal from Hellstrom.
Well, he might.
Fuck him.
I don't know if we got the kind of army we can put in protect our investment up here.
Oh, what about Robert?
He could hit the side of a barn the last time when he shot something.
Well, he'll need a few upgrades from HG, obviously. Maybe a little bit more articulation in the elbow so he can aim better.
Hopefully, being by the ocean for so long isn't causing rust.
How far from the ocean do we think we are?
Damn, Scuba. You can't buy bennies, Rob. What do you mean you can't buy bennies? You can't use your XP to buy bennies?
Oh, did you add new things?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. And don't ask what drop it is.
Now I'm about to.
I already used it. It says it's out of stock.
What?
To drop it.
You used it once before as a joke to drop to make Albert's mustache drop off.
Oh yeah, they're limit.
To fall off.
I have 33,000 points.
No,
On the
not
33,000?
bennies. They're fate chips, Robin. It's Deadlands uses fate chip. Well, this Reloaded does. This new version that's just come out, they went to bennies like everybody else. Yeah. You got red, white, and blue fate chips. And if somebody buys you a fate chip of a certain color, you have to use it as that fate chip of a certain color. So a red chip or a blue chip, you're going to roll a D6. You can't use it as a white chip.
I just had this mental image of Mark getting us all like 10,000 red chips, so he keeps getting the draws now.
Yep. Yeah, basically the same with a variation.
I redeemed drop it.
What do you got in your hand, Timmons? Do you have one of these new flyers that you pull out of your coat, and you're going to pin it to this sign here?
Did I get flyers? I'd be pinning them up everywhere.
Okay, so Timmons starts pinning flyers up.
In a plate
of his shotgun. Slip.
And it doesn't matter that you're doing it there because the people here that would see it can't vote in perdition.
I love his
The new mayor, Honorable Mayor Timmons Simmons.
Doesn't hurt.
The engines get him.
Till the engines get him.
Well, apparently he got someone to do the proofreading because that doesn't look like his spelling.
They pay extra for the spell correction.
I got 3 of you guys playing in this game that are all playing characters that died in the original tale they were told in.
Albert didn't die until the very end.
Well, at the movie he died.
What?
Yeah, Albert died in the movie. He didn't die until they made the movie like some 4 or 5 years later.
15 years later.
Somebody back east is going to go, why he not right?
Yeah, they had all aged quite a bit. Anyway, but it is an alternate timeline, so there you go. Anyway, so you guys go west? Doc Funk says it should be west.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
We keep going west. We're heading towards the coast.
You keep going west, and this afternoon... Oh, what happens? There's a face card. Yes, that is a face card, I believe, that Jack.
What the hell?
That's not a face card. That's just a funny looking 7. Yeah.
Face on that. Spade.
It's a spade, though, so I think that means we have to dig up stuff.
Albert, are you drinking?
Isn't spade usually bad?
Did you just ask Albert if he was drinking?
Club is usually the bad one.
Albert is always drinking.
You drinking out of your flask? You drinking whiskey or what?
Yes, he would be drinking whiskey out of one of his bottles, and smoking a cigar.
And smoking a cigar. Okay.
Timmons hands you a nice cigar. He goes, here, try one of these. Got it off that train back there.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to play that. I don't even know how to play these things.
Yeah, you just close that box. I don't know what to do with it.
Hey,
Yeah, don't. Basically,
what, the pub?
it's
yeah. You can close it. You can close it or just tuck it away in a corner somewhere. That's me drawing to see if you guys had a random encounter or not.
Yeah. It's just basically him drawing a card and showing us.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, which I'm going to start using that more and more and more because that's the way Deadlands is supposed to be played. Albert, what on your? I was looking at your notes tab. You've never given me what your worst nightmare is. Needs to be typed in. Okay, so you guys ride to the west and hang. Good old Windows Saver X. Reload my screen real quick here. Let's see what we have. Okay.
Hey, Scuba, I've been playing this for a while, and I still don't know what's going on when it comes to the system.
So, all
Same.
right. So you guys are riding. Now, you got to picture this. You are riding on your horses. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. How come I only got 4 people? 'Cause
Speaking of which,
HG doesn't have a token again. That's weird.
whoa, that's not good.
There you go, Merv.
Yeah, I was doing my writing roll because I figured it's probably been a minute. It doesn't look so good. Probably should Benny that. Whatever. I'm just gonna go with the flow.
How often you gotta roll that?
What? I'm sorry, Jeb. You're doing what? Trait roll was a natural 1 for writing. Oh fuck.
Result of 0 too.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So like, let's see
It's
if
not a crit roll, but it's bad.
it's with a natural 1. Trait roll is natural 1. I want you to give me agility roll.
Hey, Jib, while you're down there, will you hand me my shotgun that got fell off?
Fuck.
All right, so the horse spins around and slams you into a tree. You've got a hold of its reins again. You're starting to mount your horse up. You're starting to mount up on your horse. Scuba, thank you for the biddy. Thank you very much.
J-Ruff's not here.
And there'd be jokes about that. Let's see. K-Bop 98 redeemed a white fate chip for Bradius. Caesar gets a white fate chip. So let me open up the party sheet, and we will get Doc Fong. How come I can't award a certain fate chip?
Oh, there's no Clyde.
That's strange. I thought I could award a white fate chip, a specific color.
Marbanya reserves the right to have Clyde come out when he wants.
Fair enough.
Is there?
I hope
No,
not. I added
there's
that as my
there's a
trait
Clyde.
phobia.
There's a Clyde on there.
I didn't see Clyde.
I've got to figure out how to. Yeah, he's there. He should be there. Is he not enabled? Now you're gonna make me go over here and look.
I see red fate chip, remove wound, hit with a raise, white fate chip, blue fate chip, and drop it. And of course the default ones.
What is it? That's creator dashboard, and that is settings, no content, no community, channel point, channel, manage channel points. Did I not get Clyde? I didn't get Clyde. Yeah, I did. Come on. I guess you're only allowed so many, and then it drops off or something. I had him in there.
Nah. I have a billion.
Really? Well, I will fix that. We will get Clyde fixed for next week because right now we got a random encounter. And a random encounter, by the way, I haven't put random encounters in or random monsters. Those are two different things. Random monster means you're going to get a monster. Random encounter could go either way. It could be a good encounter, could be a bad encounter. So you guys arrange yourselves on this map.
That's a neat looking map.
Coming upon a little stream. Yeah, this is just a thrown together map. I didn't get
I
the
think
mud.
Timmons and maybe
Right.
Jeb's probably kind of having a hard time with his horse at the moment.
Yep, Jeb is having a hard time with his horse. So you're dinking around with this horse, and the horse slams you into. Yeah, you're back here. The horse kind of slams you into that tree right there. And give me another riding roll. You're at -2 this time. An additional -2.
Does Albert see this?
Every time you fail, it gets worse. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Totally laughed my ass off.
All right. Give me that agility roll again, or athletics. You're gonna what?
I'm using a Benny to re-roll that writing. Let's go with it.
So -1. Okay. So give me an agility roll again.
There we go.
You managed to get out of the way, and you still have a hold of this thing's reins. So give me another riding roll.
Whoa, Haas. Whoa, Haas. And it's at a -4.
No, you succeeded. You're just minus.
Oh, okay.
minus.
So
Yeah, I shouldn't give you that -2 because you succeeded at your agility roll to hang on to him. So I won't penalize you again. It still would have been a 3. You would have failed. And
Gotcha.
you still give me an agility roll. We're going to go back and forth. You're either going to lose this horse or, okay, you hang on to the horse. Give me a riding roll.
Nope.
Nope. Give me an agility roll. Oh, you got a hold of him. You guys are watching this shit, okay? This fucking horse.
Oh, Albert's like, what the fuck?
This horse, he's got a hold of the reins, but the horse is jerking him around. He's like a fucking puppet on the end of a string. It's just jerking him from side to side. It slammed him into a tree once already. All right, give me an agility roll.
I think the saddle may have flipped around at least once or twice.
Well, the horse is defective, so might as well shoot it.
No, I think there's a fail there.
You failed your agility roll. You've lost it. Now give me another agility roll. You've lost control of your horse. Let's see if you can get out of the way of his hooves. Give me another agility roll. And
oh, no.
You're going to fucking catch it. You're going to fucking catch this. Okay. Let's see.
Nut shot. Nut shot.
Nice shot.
Wah, wah.
And let's see.
That's a bad color. That's a really bad color.
Yeah. And I believe I'm going to use a fate chip, a blue one.
And
add a d6 to that.
Oh,
okay.
Go Pows.
So
for the raise.
I'm
not standing. I'm on the ground.
Lay still.
boom.
Shoot that horse.
Oh, I'm fine.
This horse kicks the shit out of him. Boom, right in the chest, and he. Give me another agility roll.
Shit.
And he flies back, lands on his heels, and does about 2 or 3 rolls backwards. And he sits up and he kind of, and you see dust come out of his mouth as he's coughing. And you're like, fuck, and you look down. It doesn't really hurt, but this horse just kicked the shit, and it has taken off. It's run away.
Nah, fuck you too, horse.
Timmons stands up in the steers and says, "Did this count as a random encounter?"
I'm curious now as well. because,
Everybody give me a notice roll.
Jeb's going to kind of dust himself off as he stands back up.
Jeb, you also got a blue chip.
And
No, I don't.
Doc got a white chip. So there's been chips. I just can't figure out how to award a certain chip.
Oh, I think how the chips in the chat need to work is the chat basically pays to use a Benny for a player to re-roll something. That's kind of how I feel it would work.
Yeah, that would work. Instead of doing it in advance, do it in response.
Like an advantage or disadvantage.
Oh, okay. So have them use it right away and don't have to worry about awarding it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, when did you redeem that?
Somewhere between an agility and a.
Was it before he lost the horse, or was it after he lost the?
It was before the crit.
Okay, before the crit fails. So we're gonna go back up here. Where's his crit fail? There it is. Critical failure. All right. That was an agility roll to hang on. That was
it would have been on that agility just before it.
The one just to hang on to the horse. Okay, so he's still. Okay. All right. So.
No, the one just wasn't to hang on. I don't think. No, yeah, it was to hang on. That's
right. Yeah, it was to hang on. So roll a d6.
A d6. Why a d6?
Because it's a blue fate chip.
Oh, right.
Okay, 3 and 5. So that's a success. So you held on to it. Now that's we'll do it this way, but damn it, that just ruined my fun. I just got so tickled watching Jeb get kicked the shit out of by that horse.
It was funny though.
Well, guess what?
Jeb and the horse go riding off.
Thank you, Robin.
But he did fail the agility after that. But so give me a riding roll, and Doc, you got a white fate chip coming to you the first time you have a roll that you need to use it on.
This is starting to piss me off with the fucking writing.
Yep, the writing is bad. But you're hanging on to the horse.
I'm just going to go back.
Just go back and forth.
There.
Hey, there you go. Okay, so you guys are laughing your asses off as Jeb dances with this fucking horse. The horse has kicked at him. It threw him into a tree. It's tried to bite him a couple times, and just jerking him all over the place. He finally gets a hold of it and swings up into the saddle just to kind of calm it down. You get it calmed down. And then the rest of you guys all gave me notice rolls, and I don't think anybody failed on that except for H.G. Willikers. He's drinking. He's laughing at Jeb. He doesn't see it. But
I felt noticed, but I think I was a little too busy.
You see, down here on a rock in the middle of this little ford across this stream is a girl, and she's laughing. She looks to be an older teenager, maybe a young adult. And she's laughing, but she's got her like skirt pulled up, and you guys from where you're at, Doc, especially you, you can see like some blood trickling down her leg.
Gross.
I want to ask questions, but I also don't want to insult any.
It starts at the knee. It starts at the knee and goes down from there. Fuck.
You're not the only one thinking that, Ben.
I was pausing my thoughts there for a second.
I wasn't even thinking.
Are we playing a red card or something? What's it?
And flow.
She seems to be kind of giggling.
I don't think Timmons can even see her.
Yeah, because this goes downhill.
Up on his horse.
Yeah,
he's up on a horse, so he can see over. Okay.
Yeah, from where Timmons is. Where is Timmons?
Right here.
I can't see. Okay, from right there, it probably drops 20 feet down to this little creek in the ford. So you can see her down there in the bottom.
Well, Timmons wants to come around this way. He's going to tie his horse up over here, and then he's going to walk down Say, hey, you all right over there?
She says, "Yeah, I'll be all right. My damn leg's boogered up. My horse got away. I'm glad nobody's around to watch me like we was watching him. That was pretty funny." And then
My
you,
my ribs hurt from laughing.
Jeb, give me
Well,
a
I'm
notice
glad
roll.
I'm glad I could amuse.
Yeah, with that notice roll, not a problem. When she looks at you as she starts talking about getting a chuckle out of you, and then you can see her eyes go from your face to your badge. And then she just kind of shuts up real quick.
Jeb will kind of look down, it's like notice what she was looking at. It's like, don't bother with that. Don't worry with that, sweetie. As
Well,
long as you're.
she bats her eyes at you. Beep, 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 beep.
So my name's Timmons. What's yours?
She
Random
says,
encounter girl?
my name is Gaki.
What?
Gaki.
Jackie?
Like
That's what they called me all my life growing up. Gaki.
I'm guessing because you do a lot of Gaki.
That's what he said. Jackie.
I heard Yaki, like with a Y.
It's like tan color.
HG,
Gaki.
are you coming down here? Are you coming down the hill? You want me to move you?
Yeah, sorry.
How deep is this water right here?
Probably about mid calf. It's a ford. Now over here, it's really deep. It's like
Okay.
kind of swift through there,
Right.
and where it widens out here, it gets pretty shallow, and then it gets really narrow and swift again coming out the other end.
Well, I think Jeb's going to play hero. He's going to wade through the water, climb up on the rocks. And you said that this is an older teen girl?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like 17 to 19.
Yeah, like 19,
And-
18, 19. She's
Yeah.
18, 19 years old.
She said her leg was fucked up.
Well, you can see it. There's blood like coming out of her, like below her knee and stuff. And then she realizes that she's got her dress pulled up, and she puts the dress down over her. She says, "Now, Sheriff, I'm sorry for my indecency."
It's okay. You were injured. You probably didn't even notice with the pain and with my antics. And Jeb will proceed to pick her up in his arms and wade back across the water. Do you need any rolls?
No, she's not very big. Looks like she's starving like about everybody else out here in California.
Yeah. And
You get her back over here, you set her down on her feet, and she can walk. Her leg's not broken, but, she can walk, but she's kind of limp and favoring her leg.
why don't you have Doc Fong take a look at it?
"No, I'll be all right. I'm fine," she says. And she
Please, he's a doctor.
No, and she pushes her skirts down even more. "Have you seen a horse?"
Unfortunately,
Horse?
no. Horse, Albert, horse, not whores.
Oh.
Don't mind him, ma'am. But please, I would feel better if you have Dr. Fong take a look at it. He's really good at bandaging.
"Sheriff, I'll be fine, thank you, darling." She bats her eyes and she kind of walks. You see, she's not too bad.
Apparently, I stumble and
Yeah,
or
you're
something.
like, well, can't you look at? You'd kind of look at her. I mean, not look at you, but I mean, like he'll look at you. I mean,
titties.
I know. Whatever am I to do now that my horse is gone?
Boy, you can walk with Jeb because his horse is about gone too.
Yeah, I've about had it with the horse. Take
Maybe,
mine.
maybe you could just give her your horse. He'd probably be happy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Take my horse. I don't give a crap.
Where are you heading when you leave here?
Well, I'm not for sure. I was heading south.
You're heading south. How'd you get over here?
I come upon this trail right here, and I was getting ready to go east. Try to pick up. There's a railroad over there somewhere.
Well, that's kind of funny. We didn't see your tracks.
Well,
I think she's heading south, so she came from the north.
yeah, she's pointing back
somewhere.
up that way. She comes from this direction.
Down the creek bed?
Up that river, yeah.
Do we see like tracks that lead up that way?
Give me a notice roll.
I do have streetwise too, but we're not inside. The more I took the notice. What about
Or survival? Survival will work too.
Well, I'm kind of looking. I didn't get all. I'm not like over there. I'm just kind of looking. So I'm gonna roll a notice.
The only horse tracks you see. Oh, no, not Timmons. Somebody else gave a. Well, Timmons was the one looking, so Timmons, you failed.
Yeah, I don't see no tracks.
She goes, from the north. You ain't gonna see tracks in the creek bank and a creek bed. And she looks at you. Marshall is your friend the idiot.
Are you talking about Albert or Timmons?
She bats her eyes at you again.
Is she talking about Albert or Timmons?
Did you move her over here? Yeah.
Yeah, I carried her over there, but I couldn't move the token.
So she gets up on your horse.
Yeah, the horse was back here with Timmons.
Timmons is gonna move over and get on his horse.
Doc, what are you doing? You gave me a survival roll. What are you doing? I can't hear you, Doc Fong. No. No audio, sir.
No habla.
No blame
No, we see you keying up. Oh, you heard him?
I can see him keying. No, I don't even see him keying up.
I heard him for like a second, but then nothing.
I can see him keying up, but I don't hear him. Well, this is the night for technical difficulties, isn't it?
Did you drop out of Discord and get back in?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it.
Yeah, he jumped out and back in. You give her directions to perdition.
Yep. I figured she's looking for some place to go. Why not try perdition? There's plenty of opportunities there, right? Unfortunately, the doctor for the town is currently with us.
Does she have any weapons?
Doesn't appear to. Doc Fong was looking for tracks when Timmons said that and pointed the wrong direction. All right, well, with Doc Fong's survival roll, you see some tracks. You don't see horse tracks, though.
He's restarting Discord.
Oh.
I think he's having some sound issues, too.
He's not in Discord.
Yeah, he just left a second ago.
Gotta come in. Come in.
Is he back?
Doesn't sound like it. Now he is.
Hey, can we hear you?
Can you hear us?
Can't hear you, Doc. Can't hear you, Brad. Unmute VC.
Maybe we can hear you in VC until you get it figured out. No, it's your mic then. If VC's not working either. Yeah, something with the mic.
Yeah.
So he can hear us. So
All right.
you
So he's
found
looking
tracks
around.
to go back.
Yeah, you see a lot of tracks. I mean, just with that roll, you can see little raccoon tracks down here, and you can see like a mountain lion or panther tracks, but you don't see any horse tracks.
Tim is like, I told you so. He was looking in the wrong direction, but he's like, I told you so.
She's like, I told you I was riding down the creek. It's cool in this hot summer's heat. Heat.
Well, which way did your horse run off?
Well, that direction you guys came from, somewhere off that way. Bastard.
Hey, I'm also looking for horse tracks.
What's the horse name? Maybe we need to call him. Hey, boy.
You don't
What's
see
his
any
name?
horse tracks. Huh?
Are you?
His name?
How long?
His name is Puddentane.
Hey, Puddentane.
Ask me again, I'll tell you to say.
Wait, does this work?
That works.
Yes.
Apparently, somehow it came partially loose.
Are you like under the desk? And oh, okay.
Which
Oh, I've
way
got
did you
a
say
plate of
perdition was?
I
Follow the
think your
track.
horses. Just follow your horse's tracks. He'll get you there.
So she rides Jeb's horse kind of over here. Well, how do I get your horse back to you, Sheriff?
Well, it actually is a rental at the moment, so just return it to the stables in Perdition, and we'll be good.
And she's
Closer look to some-
looking at the ground over here, and she's riding around. She's looking for horse tracks. She comes back over here, rides around.
How long
circles.
ago, or how long have you been injured on that rock?
So about an hour or so, not long. Will I see you back in Perdition, Sheriff? She bats her eyes at you again.
Once
Looks
we're
like she
finished
has
with our mission,
long wounds.
her leg is messed up a bit.
But does it look like it's the kind of thing that was recent?
What, her leg? Before she covered
Yeah.
it up? It looked,
And
yeah,
she
I mean,
re-
it looked fairly recent. I mean, it was quite a bit of.
refused to
I
have
mean,
you look at it.
it looked like road rash. Looked like she had a cut on her knee, and it was like blood had trickled down, but it had dried. It probably hour or so. It had dried, but it hadn't started flaking away yet. So, anyway, she says, "So will I see you in Perdition, Marshal?" She bats her eyes at you again. Bat.
Yes, once we're finished with what we were out here doing.
And off up the road she goes.
I have a feeling we might have to watch out for her.
Yeah, your girlfriend is like a log. She just lie there and lie there.
Wow.
All right. Okay, so you guys continue on. We'll say that it's now.
Well, we take a little quick break and examine the area even further now that she's gone, and see if we can find any evidence that there was a horse here other than a horse.
Well, you guys don't
Or-
even have to roll for that, because you will eventually look around long enough to realize that you don't see any horse tracks anywhere other than the ones you rode in on and the ones that she left behind her heading to the south.
Right.
All right. Well, what about her track? If she wasn't on a horse, she had to be walking, right?
You don't see any human footprints other than your own.
But there's some animal tracks. Are there any wolf tracks?
Nope, no wolf tracks. Like
Hey, guys.
I said, Doc Fong kind of looked around the whole area and he saw all kinds of animal tracks and stuff.
Did
Well-
anything seem out of place?
Well, actually, I was thinking, why don't we check upriver just
But
a little?
like a hippo prince or something. Yeah, that would be a little out of
Yeah,
place.
like prints of animals that don't normally live here.
I think there was a
what's
peg
that?
leg chicken. It must have been a peg leg chicken here.
Oh, what was that,
Is it-
Marshall?
Does the water appear to be pretty fresh? Can we let the horses drink?
Yeah. Good spring water.
Jeb was suggesting checking upriver a little bit, see if maybe she floated downriver, was injured in the process, or something or another.
Good idea. I'll walk over that way.
So you guys start walking both sides of the river, going back upriver to the north.
Yep. Doc's on one side. I'm on the other.
Just on the rock.
Can I use my white chip to redo that?
You can use your white chip to redo that. You were awarded a white chip, and you still got a 4. Again, you see lots of tracks. You don't see any horse tracks up here. Just wildlife.
I'm not looking for just tracks. I'm looking for any evidence somebody fell in, there was a struggle, anything just out of the ordinary.
Nope, nothing out of the ordinary.
Something's certainly afoot with her.
Well, one of her feet's fine, but the other one's got a problem.
I think you misinterpreted it. That she didn't have no track, so how can she have feet?
Could I do an occult roll to see if this seems like some sort of mysterious occult phenomenon?
Certainly.
Can I roll on the obvious?
It seems,
Sure.
yeah, obviously it seems like some weird occult phenomenon. With what the shit
Can
that's
I
been
roll
going
to
on
see
out
if
here?
this is obvious? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Tim is like,
you're
there's
just
something
not,
weird going on
there's
here.
something weird going on, but you're not sure what. You guys gonna continue on, or it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Better update the clock.
Yeah.
What?
You want?
Wait, were we going across the river? This way?
We were heading west, weren't we?
Yeah, you're heading west.
So we got to cross over the river.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we got a few more hours. Let's keep going. We can't be that far from the coast.
You're not. Well, they said it was a 2-day ride, and you guys are towards the end of the second day. It's about 80 miles from Perdition.
Well,
It's been good road.
I think we should,
Does it
When we-
smell oceany yet?
yeah, start to feel that we're getting close. I think we should get off the horses and move up, trying to be stealthy and just get a long look at this place. Maybe try to find some high ground. Tim's
Well,
like,
maybe somebody
we
should
get
ride
up on a
ahead.
hill or something.
Maybe somebody should ride ahead and scout, so you don't have to walk for 12 miles. Like you might be able to ride, somebody scouting can,
HG, are you able
Just
to
an
scout
idea.
ahead again?
Send the engine.
What?
Well, who would be I mean, Timmons would be the stealthiest person. I don't think he should be on a. I mean, how stealthy can he be on a horse?
I think he was just meaning as a scouting thing. Just run ahead, right ahead, have some idea of the layout of what's coming up.
So
You know.
where to go?
Right.
Well,
Can
I
HG
mean,
do its
I
flying
think-
machine thingers?
I mean,
Look around.
one horse versus 3 more
Yeah.
horses going slow ain't much noisier. I mean, we got to go
Hey.
slow as Jeb.
Hey, what about sending HG's mechanical owl?
Well, I mean, do we think we're within a mile, 2 miles?
I was going to say, if we
Emma?
send it upward, it can look for if it sees anything or sees high ground that we would want to go get a vantage point from.
Yeah, it might at least
Climbing
be
a
able.
tree. Yeah,
It
but
might-
that's like 3 PowerPoints. Is it worth PowerPoints at this stage that we might be getting into combat? He might need them.
We
Well, I mean, it's up to him.
uses other exploding things more likely.
But we have separate. Like our powers have separate pools.
So we can't tell that we're getting close, Marbanya?
well, I don't know if she's, I mean, you can start to smell the sea eventually, yeah. Start to feel the ocean breezes and stuff. and eventually you can see water. And this trail kind of runs along,
Makes me feel.
and then you see like some trees and stuff, and maybe perhaps buildings in there. Uh, Along about the time the sun starts to set. You know, the sun is over the
So,
horizon, and you can
is
see some.
there
This is about a half a
uh,
mile away from you, so the land runs down, and about a half a mile away, you can see a bunch of trees and maybe the top of a building or two, something down there. You're not sure.
so Timothy, like, maybe we should pull back a little bit. So if we want to make a camp, get the horses somewhere
That's a good idea.
secured
We
up
could
here,
investigate at dawn then.
and then, well, no, I think I want to sneak up there on foot tonight, take a
Oh,
peek
that would
around.
work too if we go sneakily to look around. But
Who-
I think
who wants to
detailed
go with me?
investigation is best done at daytime.
Yeah, I think the main bulk of the noisy people should stay in camp.
Timmons.
Everybody looks at HG. Timmons,
No.
Timmons is quiet.
Except when you run your mouth.
They know one to talk to.
Or
So we
is
should
there?
sneak there a bit? Good idea.
No, he's sneaking. He's not talking to people. That's the whole point.
Here, eat this jerky as we go along, so you don't talk.
In the morning, he might be weird, bad for you if there's people there. So you said we're about a half a mile out. Yeah. So we're gonna like kind of hide the horses, set up a little makeshift camp, kind of hidden somewhere, and then Timmons wants to sneak down there.
Okay.
Just as the sun's going down.
So you want to get back this side of the hill to where you can make a camp where they can't really see anything.
Or on around the corner a little bit, you know,
Right.
just so we're not in limelight.
Now
But
off to the
if
south,
we want to,
off to the south, you see like ocean, and you can see some of the mesas out there in the water, some of the out there in the maze to the south of you, and the land looks like it continues running down this hill and out onto this spur. But there's trees like between you and the end of it. You can't see what's other than the tops of a couple of buildings or something. So you make your kind of tie your horses up, set your camp up here. Sun goes down. July 7th. We're gonna say it's before it's good and dark. It's 9:30 at night.
Damn.
Well, think about
it's
it.
pretty dark.
Yeah, I mean, you want to make sure that it's good and dark. You eat some dinner and stuff, and finally, you guys discuss it, and you're like, oh, that ain't gonna get any darker.
Or will it?
If it does, I suggest we run far away.
Timmons like, well, I'll be back in about an hour.
I will join you, Mayor.
So the two
Do
of
we
you,
really want to split the party?
Isn't the rule to always split the party?
Yeah.
Don't die, you two.
so the two of you
I
take
have lots
off.
of character ideas.
Do what?
Hang on, I got to load my other set of windows.
I was meaning Brad.
I said I have a lot of character ideas.
Yeah, I know, and they're all just as crazy as the next, in some manner or another.
And now I've got to do some Windows management.
Before they take off, I'm going to go ahead and work on casting Mind Link using Gadgeteer to create a communication device.
Okay.
Smart idea.
Here, use this tree branch to do that.
No. He has to make a coconut radio.
100% agree on that one.
I assume it would be similar to technology I'm using to communicate with my little robots. But
Okay,
Coconut
so
radio.
so you got your coconut radio, and you got how much string?
No, not like a can radio, like the coconut radio from Gilligan's Island.
1 mile with a regular cast, 5 miles with a range.
Okay. So give me the cast. Okay.
And I needed a 6 to succeed on that.
Okay, so a raise would be
I'm going to go ahead and use a blue chip to get
11.
me that raise.
Okay. So it goes how far now?
Wait, isn't an 8 raise?
I needed a
He
6,
needed a
not
6
4,
to succeed.
because I'm using Gadgeteer as
Oh,
a regular cast. I'm casting a
Gotcha.
power I don't have, basically. I
Gotcha.
can
I
only use up
understand.
to 3 power points. Yeah, so the range is 5 miles, and I'm going to connect. Who's leaving? I'll connect Timmons, Duck Fang, and somebody who's staying here. That's not me.
Me. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Timmons, Duck Fang, and Jeb can all communicate.
So HG shoves these things into your ears. And he walks over and he goes, testing, testing. And in your ears you hear, testing, testing, testing.
What was that?
It certainly wasn't a whisper.
In case you get into trouble.
It was like the
you
first
need immediate
walkie-talkie.
I don't hear anything.
1880s model. Albert's still drinking.
When
I
isn't he?
hear the wail of the ghosts in the background.
Okay, so
Timmons says, I think we're in trouble because we're wearing one of HG's gadgets on our head.
I just hope they don't ask if we're wearing a wire.
Bump.
bump.
All right, so we're going to sneak up there. Or down there.
All right, Windows management on the stream client. Holy. Okay. So you come sneaking up here. It's good and dark now. And you realize you can't see very well because neither one of you can see in the dark.
Should I light the lantern I have in my backpack?
No, let's go see if we can see some lights first.
Oh, good idea. Just be careful not to trip.
Hey, Doc. Out of character.
Oh,
Actually, yeah. I guess I could have overheard this that you can't see. It's like, hey, Doc. Didn't you get a new? Didn't you brew up a new potion recently?
I was going to, but Marv seemed like it would have been a lot more fun if I didn't, so I changed what I was taking.
What was it?
Oh, okay. Oh, the dark vision potion. I was thinking you went with that.
Oh, I'm not going
That's
to
right, you
influence what you take, Brad, to that point. Did I actually say don't take that? It'd be more fun. Did I really say that? Did I?
Yeah.
Now, there's also, you can create magical light, too, So, there are other things. No, actually, I think I told you that I had something in mind for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That made it sound like there was something more fun. And then I
No.
got something that would help with killing stuff because I was afraid the more fun was something scary in the dark.
Yeah, so we're
He's used to owl fun.
So, yeah, you
we're
can't
gonna
see
move
them.
nice.
Nice and slow.
We're gonna move.
Give me those
nice
stealth
and slow,
rolls, both of you.
Trying to stay, hidden and be quiet.
Wow. Okay, both of I can't believe Doc was more stealthy than Timmons, but Timmons' trait roll was a natural one. Good thing for the wild die. So you guys make it down here, and you can see where this trail goes to the trees for about 200 feet or so, and then it breaks out into a clearing, and you can see some buildings, but there's something like dark, like you can't see the stars beyond the first, couple of houses here. You're not sure.
If we can see stars, that implies we should have some light because it should be the
Yes, you
the
do
waxing
have,
gibbous moon.
No, he's talking when we look up. Tim's like, there's supposed to be some kind of big elevator shaft. Something. Maybe
Well,
that's
I'm just saying that
up
if we can
there.
see stars and the sky is clear, and it was the full moon like 4 days ago.
Right. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, you've got some light, but it's enough light to see that for some reason you can see the top of this house, but then beyond it, the stars disappear like several tens of 20, 30 feet above. It's like just black.
That's gotta be the elevator shaft for the flying ships.
Ah, that would make sense.
We don't see any lights though. No lights. Do
No.
we hear any weird sounds?
Just
Non-natural?
wildlife. Just wildlife.
So it's not like it's unnaturally calm and quiet or anything either.
It's not unnatural and calm or
clo-
quiet. Yeah.
So we see that might be the elevator shaft, and there's a couple of other buildings around. So we'll kind of try to circle around and try to get a different angle on that and see if that's what we think it is the elevator shaft thing sticking out.
All right. So you kind of start slipping through the trees and stuff, getting closer to town to try to figure this out. Give me stealth rolls again.
Jesus.
I'm a little busy being the knight.
Yeah, Doc disappears. Timmons is like,
Tim's like,
Doc, where the fuck you at, Doc?
how you get in my coat like that, Doc? Damn.
You guys slip a little bit further, and you're not certain exactly what you're looking at, but it's probably not the top of an elevator shaft.
You hear an ominous sound, Timmons. But it looks like some sort of building construction.
The sounds just freak you guys out, don't they?
Timmons is like, hey, Doc Fang, where'd you go, man? That's really eerie. No, can you come back, please? He's talking in a little earpiece thing.
I'm gonna go and tap Timmons on the shoulder. I'm right here.
That's not
Don't
funny.
worry.
Now you can hear the breeze blowing in off the sea,
Creepy.
and you can hear some other noises. You're not sure. You'd have to get up through these trees, but you're getting closer to this first building. Like there's a building on your left, and there's trees that run down both sides of this road that comes into here.
Well, let's be sneaky and see if we can hear what those sounds are.
Oh, hold up a second. Do you think we could get the rest of the party up here without whatever those noises are noticing?
Quite possibly.
I mean, there was nothing really around, right? I didn't see nothing. Let's go back and get them and then come up maybe this far.
Jeb, you hear 1880s walkie-talkie.
I hear you. What is it?
Do you think you could meet us down here? We hear
What have you
strange
found?
sounds. Strange sounds in a large building.
All right, I'll rile the others. Come on, you fucktards. They found something.
And if you could, an HG, could you not explode anything for a few moments?
Just come around the north side
I don't know if I can make that promise.
and stay north of the big spruce pine.
Try.
Well, I think what he's asking, HG, is if we can at least attempt a stealthy approach.
If that's
So-
what they're doing?
No burning down trees for the sake of exploding and burning trees.
Albert will
Why
say,
would I blow up
"Fine."
trees? There's nothing inside a tree that's fun.
Albert, you sneaking forward? You three give me stealth
Yeah.
rolls, all three.
He'll put out his cigar.
Oh, shit.
Jeb just
Albert
disappears
falls
into
in
the
a hole.
darkness. Albert is
Falls
Albert
in a
found
hole.
the sea.
kicking
Can
everything.
I use a
Yeah.
chip?
You can re-roll it, or you can use a red or
You-
blue chip to add a D6.
Actually, no.
Oh, I don't have a blue
No.
chip. Never mind.
You need a legend chip to
Yeah,
roll
you-
a crit fail.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
was that
cannot
a
use
crit fail? That is a crit. I
Yes.
didn't notice that crit fail. No, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't re-roll a crit
That
fail.
fell in a hole.
So about halfway down, Albert starts singing a song. What are you singing, Albert?
Hi ho. No, let's see. What?
Camp
Damn,
Town
it's-
race to sing a song. Doo-dah. Doo-dah.
Doo-dah.
Camp Town racetrack 5 mile long. Oh-dee doo-dah day. He can't keep it in tune or anything. You guys hear him singing
No,
coming down the road.
he'll start singing the thong song.
The thong song.
Careful.
Thong song.
The thong.
Humans, I hear terrifying sounds in the distance.
And
That's the rest of our group.
eventually they come walking up to you guys, and you kind of, Albert's just singing away, but nothing's come running up here and attacked you or anything.
Well, I think by the time they get up to us, we got lights lit and everything. We're like, screw it. If they're gonna attract anybody, we're gonna at least be on equal ground and have some lights. So we light up some lights as they're coming up.
Okay. Give me a notice roll, Doc Fong.
I want to add to that.
Oh, red fate ship, thank you. I'll take a red one for that. It was random, but I drew a red one. And let's see. So that's a total of 5. All right.
Yes.
You're sitting here and you're watching Albert. And give me a spirit roll. Okay, you got a raise, so I'm not going to give you a fear penalty. But out of the darkness, somebody comes up behind you and goes, "Rah!" like this. And it's Jeb Hexman.
Yeah.
You could, and then he finally gets around in front of you where the sea breeze is, and you can realize it is Jeb Hexman. And you can smell him. If he'd have come, but he come from downwind of you, so. But you keep, you can hear noises and stuff, but it's dark up in there. Jeb, you can see. Let me do this.
I'm just curious, what did I roll on that stealth?
On your stealth, you rolled a
Oh,
7.
okay.
Yeah, and he failed, so you snuck up on him, but I was going to give him a fear penalty. Fear point for that if you scared the shit out of him, but baby, move your butt all night long.
Oh, aren't you actually gonna sing? We want to hear singing.
You would get a fear penalty then. I'm not singing.
So I'm gonna put. Let's see. Where's my? There's my posse token. So you guys can see this road that kind of leads through these trees, and you were able to see down to.
Well, since Jeb is here, I'd like to do a notice roll since I can see in the dark.
You can't. What's your distance you can see in the dark?
I have no idea.
60 feet, I think. If I remember reading right. So you guys get up here, you can see a roof from a house here, and just past that house is like
Whatever
something,
normal vision is.
and that's what you're hearing. Oh, okay. So you see something that looks like metal framework and shit blowing in the wind, and like metal and canvas and shit slapping. You're not quite sure what the fuck it is.
Well, the sounds on Sirenscape kind of sound like stuff being dragged.
Yeah. That's because they're called quiet, disturbing noises.
Well,
Accurate.
I don't think
I
there's
would
a
agree.
Sirenscape sound set for the Collegium Station
Yeah.
Perdition.
Probably not.
Yeah, I went down a rabbit
Well, why
hole
not?
to set a bunch of this shit up.
Well,
sometimes
Diaz, you can see. Why don't you lead the way? We'll head up there. We'll turn these lights down a little bit.
All right,
I
so
can see better than he can.
You can do what better than I can?
I can see farther than you can.
Okay.
What, down a hole?
Yes.
Or like down into the bottom of a bottle.
He's all drunk. He's looking through the bottom
I'll
of
drink
the
more than
bottle.
you. I'll drink you again.
So you guys are arguing about who can drink more and who can see better, and you're just fucking walking along, and you get a little closer, and everybody can see it. Now, you don't know what the fuck it is, but it's, I mean, the thing is as big as a building in some of the cities, and there's like metal and shit hanging off of it and flapping around.
It's an airship. Is it an airship?
Or is it more like a canvas type tent?
And that is a Benny for Tim.
HG, I hope you're able to fix this up and we pilot it.
A white chip.
So
I have a feeling
now that you've gotten into here and you've seen this, are you guys gonna like examine it, or are you
Yeah.
gonna
Hell
back
yeah.
examine it? So you get to walking
No,
around
no,
it.
check it
I want to
out.
poke with a stick.
The reason I asked.
Timmons has a flaw, you know.
All right, so I'm
he's
just
got-
gonna take the mask off the map, and so that's what you guys see. You see what's left of a small town, and there's a huge airship that's crashed, rusted metal framework and stuff, and sheets of canvas or some kind of material hanging off of it, blowing in the wind. And as you're walking around this thing, give me notice rolls, and your penalty's -4 for everybody.
Even me?
Mm-hmm.
Are we applying that ourselves?
Are
Yeah,
you sure?
just
I can
roll.
see.
Just roll. So that's a
I mean,
1,
unless
that's
it's
a
down.
-1, that's a 3. This is something specific. Timon,
Oh,
you think you see, you kind of caught something out of the corner of your eye as you guys are walking around this airship, and it looks like maybe firelight reflecting off of that tree right there. Because it was in the light spectrum, Jeb. That's why I didn't give you a.
gotcha.
Timmons like,
Oh,
what up, everybody?
I used a red chip to add in a 1 to that 7.
Which makes that an 8 -4 is 4. So you see it too. You see, like
Hey Tim, look over there.
like light
Is that a
reflecting
light source?
reflecting off that tree, but it's changing. It gets bright and dim, and bright dim bright dim bright.
That looks interesting. Let's go check that out.
Has Morse code been invented yet?
Yeah, that's what. Isn't that what the telegraph office
Oh,
is using?
that's true. Is it blinking in Morse code?
Do any of you know Morse code?
I was hoping someone did. That wasn't me.
You suppose that would be streetwise, maybe?
No, I
Or
think
what?
that
I
would
mean,
be in
like-
your background. That would be in your background. If you were playing a character that worked on the railroad or in communications or something like that, you know, I'd give it. Or if you've run across, I mean, there's a
HG
telegrapher.
works on the railroad. HG used to work on the railroad.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was more a demolitions guy, and he was blowing
Yeah.
mountains up and shit, you know.
I think-
I've probably got a little bit of it, but he couldn't.
He knows
communicate with it and
he knows
pick it up.
SOS.
He knows.
Like maybe he could identify it
But,
but not translate it.
So let's go this way. Let's go around this way, maybe.
Jeb's gonna head towards the reflective bit.
Which way? You going around back of the buildings?
Yeah, which way are you going?
I'm going the most direct path.
Through here.
I want to sneak in that direction.
All right.
Timmons
Behind
wants to
Jeb.
come around this building this way.
So some of you are sneaking, some of you are not. Timmons goes that way.
He's being quiet.
Timmons, you get right here to the corner. Jeb, you get right here to the corner. Doc, were you seriously going to try to sneak or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay like
Ahead of them?
maybe 10 feet away from it relative to the buildings of where Jeb is.
All right.
So he's like behind the tree.
As you move forward, you guys kind of get up.
Like over there.
Okay, so you kind of head off this direction. Jeb, you kind of come up beside here. Timmons is here. Jeb's here. Albert, I don't know where you're at, or HG.
I
But
think Albert fell in a hole.
you guys begin to
Albert
hear,
fell in another hole.
yeah, you begin to hear voices, kind of muted, mumbling and muted, like just people having casual conversation.
Shh, it's okay. I'll
Do
go
I
see
identify
who's there.
language?
Yep, sounds like English. Well, if what you can call what Americans speak English. And
Oh, let's just not.
America
so
speak.
American speak. So everybody give me notice rolls again. See if you can pick up some of the conversation. Because the wind's blowing, it's rather muted. But yeah, you kind of catch, don't know why the hell we're still here. And until we get it done.
Oh, that was auditory.
Yeah, you're hearing things like that. Every now and then a voice will raise and you'll hear, well, until we get it done. Then you hear one guy kind of chuckle. I'm heading back east.
Jeb's gonna sneak a little bit closer.
Give me a stealth roll. Okay.
Timmons is creeping around the corner of the building and he hasn't heard this.
Give me just a moment here. Reading.
Also, doesn't it kind of look like that's a guy that's laying down over there and squished? Like the
Where?
building fell on top of him?
Where?
Okay.
Oh, there.
Another one.
Yep.
See, there's his head, his shoulder, and his leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
You haven't been over there though. You can't really see what that is. Yeah. So you hear these guys sitting around having a conversation, and as you get closer, you realize that the light reflecting off a tree is from a small campfire they've got built here.
well, I'm gonna get about 20 feet away from them or so, preferably behind some sort of cover, and pop out with my gun drawn and just say, "Freeze! What are y'all doing here? Do you need the stealth?" do you want to
Give me just a moment here.
When I hear Jeb talking, I'm going to try to leap behind a bush just in case they come at you.
Well, that's why I made sure that I was
Yep,
like behind
give
a
me your
tree
st-
or
you get-
rock or
okay.
something.
Your stealth in the tower. Anytime you're
Oops.
contesting your stealth, you're going to roll it in the tower.
You want me to re-roll that in the
Yeah.
tower?
Yes, please. And okay. All right, Doc Fong, you're slipping up there with him. All right.
Well, I'm like 10 feet away, but when I see that he's doing something with a gun, I'm going to jump behind a bush if I can because I don't, in case
Alright,
they
in-
start
in
like,
between
break
these
out
two buildings?
shotguns.
All right. So you jump out with your gun drawn, and what do you say?
Freeze! Marshall! What are y'all doing here? Yeah, I think you can clear that attack since it didn't technically happen.
This looks a little different. And you guys are coming from... Well, Timmons is over there, so let me get y'all here. Timmons, give me a stealth roll while you're at it.
In the tower?
Yep. And I don't know where the other two are. But basically...
I would have been in the back because I didn't hear shit.
Yes, I heard him talking, so I'm assuming
That's
I'm
kinda
probably
where you're at.
leaning against the wall. No, I'm not even trying to be horribly stealthy.
Yeah, so it's this building right here. So the layout of the map is a little bit different. You know, you'd have to. So this is actually this would be north.
HG, you probably would have seen Jeb.
And this is the fire here.
Yep, that's fine. And let me do this. And I should be able to
Careful, Jeb. They have their hats on crooked.
expose all of them. And you just see a bunch of guys sitting around here drinking. And we are at the top of the round with Jeb Hexman. You're up first anyway. So are you going to do anything else? They all stop and look at you.
Well, I'm basically going to say, ask him again, why are y'all here?
Okay.
And if they don't respond immediately, I think I'll just go on hold, or yeah, let's just go on hold. Hold works.
Okay. So this guy back here, number 94, he looks at you and says, what are you doing here? Come sneaking up on us pulling a gun like that. Shit. Brave man, ain't you? I don't think he can see your star from back there where he's at. You're not like up in the light enough.
Well, with my free hand, if I can, I'll just kind of like, make the light play off.
So
of
are
it
you
they
going
can see.
off hold so you can flash your badge? That's your action?
You're not gonna allow that as a free action, really?
I'll give you a free action. You flash your badge. What law are you? We ain't doing nothing wrong. We're just camping.
Well, we were sitting here to investigate why this place was abandoned, and thought you might be trespassers or something. Who are you?
Ghost. It could be Ghost.
Quiet, you Bush.
Russell.
Who's in the bushes over there?
God.
No one.
You see this guy stand up. he pulls his Colt Dragoon.
I'm just a bush.
He pulls his Colt Dragoon and starts moving this direction. I'm going to lock token.
I mean, if you're workers for the Watch It line that, is supposed to be here, I don't mean you no harm.
Well, you're done talking. He's moving. Boys, it's an ambush! And he runs back over here away from the firelight towards these trees.
Ah, for fuck's
He
sake.
should be able to get there.
Oh, I was hoping they were all going to stay right in that nice circle like that.
And this one, who's he, number 16? He stands and draws. So he doesn't go anywhere.
can't tell which
And he
one's what.
fires and misses.
I can't tell whose turn it is.
What?
It's Drifter number 16.
As far as the tokens go, I can't really tell.
Yeah, it's because they're yellow.
There's just barely a ring around them.
Well, he misses you, but he used 2 of his movement to stand up, so he's going to start off in this direction. He's going to go
Whoa.
2 there
Mean you no harm, guys.
and 2 there. Whoa, I mean you no harm, you snuck up on. And
Well, I thought they were bad guys. Can you blame me?
this guy stands up and draws. And
Out of character. By the way,
Yep. Huh? Oh,
I said out of character. By the way, who sent us?
that's a hit. And you are shaken. And he moves his total movement to there. All right. Timmons.
Timmons
You hear
hears the
gunshot.
shooting. Yeah, he's gonna pick up his pace. Crap. And he's gonna come this way. I don't know how far until I see anything.
Okay. You're going to
And
run
he's
across.
swiveling
This
up
is
his,
this is not
swiveling
difficult
up his
terrain.
shotgun.
That's those stairs are just they only go up really a couple of stairs onto that walk.
I'm assuming the building turns here, so
It does.
so he's got his shotgun, you know.
Oh
kinda.
shit! What did I do? I just closed that fucking map. hell?
I guess can you move and go and hold?
Hang on a second.
You can't do that, can you?
I don't think you're supposed to be able to.
All right, so he's done this.
There we go. Trying to open that up a little bit for you there. All right. And now I got all kinds of windows open. Okay, so we are at Doc Fong. The nobody in the wood.
Nobody in the woods. This
Well,
is not the
as
bush you're looking for.
he pretends to be a bush further. He's gonna kind of come around to this side here.
Are you stealth? Still? Other than talking, you were pretty hidden. I'd say no. They know you're there. All right.
But they don't know exactly where he is.
It was a good persuasion roll to convince him I'm a bush.
Well, I should have rolled for persuasion just to see if I could have passed it.
So what he's gonna do, he's gonna pull out a vial of something, shake it up and toss it over here, and use his newfound fear power to have them have a bad trip. Or
It
attempt to.
smells. It smells of psilocybin.
That is a success.
So all of them will have to do a fear check.
Okay, so I will do that as it's their turn.
If they're wild cards, or if they're extras, they're panicked. If they're wild cards, they roll on the table.
Okay, so what is the table?
Regular fear table.
And but if they're extras, they're panicked. I'm not entirely sure what that
Okay.
does. I'm going to look it up.
Well, instead of having to go through the combat tracker right now, I'll do it on each of their turns. Panicked or what?
Well, they have to roll spirit. They have to roll spirit.
Yeah,
Right,
they have to do a
right.
fear check first, and then roll on the fear table if they're wild cards, and they're panicked if they're extras.
Okay, so they're automatically panicked if they're extras. They have to roll on the fear table if... Wait a second.
If they fail the
If
check,
they fail
yeah.
the check, okay. All right. HG.
You drug Jeff's
5,
token.
right? Oh, damn it.
Yes, that's 5 to
I
there.
didn't think I could even touch his token with it being.
So that's 6 to there.
To where I am right now, where I'm going
Yeah,
right
because
now.
you're passing through Jeb's space.
Oh,
You're
I
actually
thought I was gonna
stepping
take one.
around. All right, so that's 5 to there.
That's not as. So it's just not lining up with the squares on the map.
That's fine. We'll put you right there. What is your pace? Your pace is 5, isn't it, or is it 4?
Yeah, 5 unless I'm using my defense.
Okay. Are you going to do anything? Go on hold or?
Yeah, I'm just gonna build them up.
You're going to do what? You're going to blow them up?
I told them to freeze. Now they're shooting at us.
They never did answer my question of who they were.
That's because it went on around there. He did too. He said it wasn't none of your damn business. What law are you anyway? He said we're just camping here.
Well, for the record, they shot first.
It's true they did.
Okay, hon.
I just wanted them to freeze and tell me what was going on.
Well, that's a hit.
Oh, damn.
Well, at least this should illuminate this whole area pretty well.
I think 71 got the best deal out of that. I think
Although
There's
if they're all
kind of
dead,
a
we can't really
delay.
talk
I'm
to
not
them.
sure if I got them all. 6, 16, 29. Yeah, it's like delaying the incapacitation things, so it's kind of messing.
Well, I'm taking the ones out. Basically, you just blow them to fuck.
I don't think we're going to be able to ask them questions, are we?
And not unless there's a
Yeah, so I
survivor.
think that's all of them. Everyone took at least 3 wounds.
Well, is there one that may not be quite as
Is there one
at
intact?
all? is there one that we might be able to revive or, keep from dying immediately to at least get some answers?
I think one ran off first, didn't he?
Yeah, but I don't feel like chasing them down.
Don't worry,
Let's see,
Jim,
which
I
one is
saved
he?
you. They
29?
won't be shooting you no more.
There's one that his arms and legs got blown off and he fell in the pot that's in the fire. And now you can call him Stew. You can call him Stew.
Hey, HG,
That just blew the fuck out of all these guys.
HG, we have to reevaluate your definition of restraint.
You just said I had to be quiet till I got to the building.
You're right. You are right.
Hey, question, did that illuminate any further south with that explosion of fiery death?
Just for a split second, but it's so bright that everybody just kind of, whoa, like this. HG, anything else?
No, that'll be it.
Albert.
Well, Albert's gonna fear that his friends are under attack, so he's gonna come running up.
You run to there. You see nothing. You see nothing?
And be like, well, goddamn, I thought y'all were under attack, and
Well, we were.
I don't see shit.
Well, you don't see the dead bodies lying around and the pieces of people?
That looks like another.
And the small mushroom cloud and the big ditch.
Yeah, the
Seeable from
fire is
orbit.
actually out. The fire is scattered around, and it's embers scattered everywhere.
Suck the
And,
oxygen out of the area too.
Yeah, and you see a couple of pieces of coals kind of flare up here and here, and
Little
back
twigs
over
on fire
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. So the next thing you know, half California's going to burn down now because you guys. That hits a little too close to home. I shouldn't have went there. Sorry about that, folks in California.
So in that case, is HG going to reveal the gender now?
What?
Don't.
There's the gender
No,
reveal.
no. Too soon. Too soon. No.
So yeah, I'm not gonna. I see all that and be like, well, there's nothing for me to deal with, and just puff my cigar.
All right.
We're shooting at poor Jeb.
Jeb,
Look
you're
at
on
him.
hold.
He's shaking over here.
Yeah, I'll go off hold.
Your go off hold? Okay. HG is up first, and that's past time. So we will pick up here at the top of this round next Thursday night.
1 week.
1 week.
So
The
what?
15th.
But tomorrow night we will be here. I will be here with Venerick running Starfinder. It's a little one-shot. It's going to take us a couple, 2 or 3 sessions. That's for us Starfinder noobs who don't know what we're doing, kind of learning what we're doing. And Drake's got a game runs tomorrow night that Maticuri is DMing, and that
No,
is
it's my
no.
turn.
It's your turn.
Jungle's a
The Jungle's a
Jungle's
Chol
a
homebrew.
Chol.
That's your homebrew, though,
Yep.
right? Yep. Okay.
the second session.
Very good. Second session of his homebrew. So, Robin, thanks for coming by, and everybody else who was out there. We just got going here. We tend to do that drop off at the end of combat. So, until this combat ends, there will be no new chips, no new cards next week. But since the combat
I
just
like my-
almost
I like
ended,
my cards.
do you?
I like them. They're good ones.
Okay.
One of them's really good.
So let's see who's out there. Let me find.
Praetors.
Anybody?
Diesel
We're always
shot.
late. Oh, oh, he's playing Warhammer now. My son's been playing Phantasmophobia. Something like that.
Huh.
Can't hear you, Venom.
Fantasy Star
That's a bad
Online.
thing.
Do what?
Fuck you, Albert. Fantasy Star Online.
No, it's Phantasmophobia. You're like these
Never heard of
ghost. It's like you're ghost hunters, and you have up to a team of 4 people. And so you've got like EMF readers, and you've got ultralight flashlight for picking up ghost fingerprints. There's people on there who, like Kyle, our son Kyle, does it in virtual reality, and it's fucking scary shit, man.
I
It's
bet.
he's like, you need to get Benno and them guys playing that game, and it's. I tell you what, I wasn't even in virtual reality, but I had all the lights turned off and shit. It was pretty cool. Anyway, I guess we're not going to raid anybody tonight. Well,
Praetors, if you want. You can-
Hip Hop Hogan, Baldur's Gate 3 is what he's playing though, isn't he?
Baldur's is running D&D, or Praetors is running D&D.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll raid Praetor's Region.
Bye, stream. Thanks. See ya, Robin. See y'all.
Bye, Robin
Yep.
with an I.
What's that? I don't have permission to. What the hell?
He may be on followers only or subscribers only or something.
Should be interesting tomorrow, though, everybody.
I had trying to raid Praetor's Rejects. Trying to raid.
Bye, Raiders.
I have done
Here we
this
go.
before. I have done this before, I swear. Yep, 5 Raiders. Here we go.
My streams are back up too.
And Gorgio's streams are back up. What are you doing tomorrow night, Gorgio?
Tyranny of Dragons.
Tyranny of Dragons. Well, there'd be good games on someplace. So stop
Yes.
by and see somebody tomorrow night. Thanks again. Here we go. Say bye, everybody.